I'll just fucking welcome to I'll Discuss Anything. I've got Stamper, William Stamper, aka Stamper TV here. Stamper, how are you doing, man?
I'm good. What is up, guys? I'm good. I've been better, but I'm good. I gotta say, I'm excited to be here. It's not every day that I'm invited on a show with an openly gay host, so thank you for having me.
Stamper, you know what? That's a good point. You know what? We've got our first question here, Stamper. Why don't I just go ahead and ask this? All right.
Is that we're answering questions? Questions from who?
Well, this is never mind that, Stamper. Why do people like you?
That's a good question. I don't know. Truthfully, I don't know.
You're a funny dude, Stamper. All right, question number 2. When was the last time?
Wait, I'll go back. Hold on.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm like Joe Everyman, and people see a little bit of themselves in me and through me.
There's no way that people see you as a Joe Everyman. You're the guy who talked on Sleepy Cabin about like getting in car races and fucking. I don't know. You've done so much that I guess you could apply to Everyman, but there's no way everybody sees you as like, oh yeah, William Stamper. He's just like us.
Everybody's fucking stupid sometimes, man.
That's not what
They're just stupid in their own ways.
All right, question number 2, Stamper. When's the last time you thought about touching little boys?
9 or 10 this morning.
I knew it. I knew you'd say something like that. Man, I'm glad that we got to do this again. That last thing that we did, you said it sucked. Maybe it did. I didn't fucking listen to it. I didn't even fucking care. Like, you sent me.
You were there the whole time. I didn't listen to it either, man. I'm talking about it sucked the whole time.
Did it really?
Okay, so, like, full disclosure, so, he hit me up a while ago, and he was like, hey, you want to do an interview? And I was like, fuck it, I don't care, whatever. So, I already got, like, the go-ahead to swear and shit. That's why I'm so nonchalantly saying fuck it.
Yeah.
But, we did a whole thing, and, we recorded individually, like on his end and on my end, and my end got all kinds of fucked up, so we're just doing it again now.
Yeah, this is totally our first time ever talking. I have never met or spoken to William Stamper before. If this shows up in a court of law, I have never met this man. Please, Your Honor, I beg for mercy. All right, Stamper, what's your favorite thing that you've ever worked on?
That is a good question because, that's interesting. That's an interesting question to ask pretty much anybody because there's different ways of looking at it. Like the thing I had the most fun doing or the thing I'm most proud of doing.
Nah, like what you enjoy the most?
Any of those.
Yeah, what did you have the most fun doing?
Just in general, probably, anything music-wise, I'd say that
like
I've
your new
done.
stuff?
That's what I have. What's that?
Like your new stuff?
Yeah, or I've been doing it for a while, but that's where I have the most. It's where I get like my most. I guess you could call it fun, because my brain just focuses in on that, and nothing else in the world matters. So I'm like happy as then, because I'm just doing. It's like, hey, I'm making a song, and from point A to point Z, that's all I'm thinking about the entire way through, and I'm happy. And then when I'm not doing that, I'm depressed as fuck.
I was gonna say, Stamper, when was the last time you were happy?
It's been a long time, man. Last time I made a song, I guess.
We talked about this last time, and I thought that was really cool and kind of deep of you to just talk about that openly. But I asked you why did you think that you're not happy? You said that you weren't happy.
And I probably had a way better answer than. And I don't know, it's tough to say. There's just like different, I guess, facets. Like everything kind of like stacks up to make the one global reason.
Yeah.
That I'm sure a lot of people could relate to. I'm probably just, I'm unhappy for the same reasons everybody else is, I guess, on different levels.
I mean,
Like,
you told
you
me
make
that you
something and nothing. What's that?
you told me that you felt unsuccessful. So
Oh yeah, well, I mean, there's that, but and a lot of people would look at that and say, "Oh man, you're fucking crazy because you've done this, this, and this." But it's like, again, it's kind of like, what is your definition of success? Because if you just keep, if you create things, you're gonna keep creating things until you die. That's what you do. You create things. It's
Yeah.
like if you're a painter, it's you finish a painting, you move on to the next painting. Like, when are you successful? Like, do you see that like financially, or do you imagine one day in your head you're just gonna release like your fucking magnum opus and then you can look at yourself in the mirror and be like, boom, now I'm fucking successful? See, I don't see it that way. I've never had that overall like that's when I'm gonna be fucking successful, because it's always a chain that just keeps, like a chain reaction of things that just keep happening back to back. So like in my eyes, I'm no different than the person I was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I'm still doing the same exact thing.
really, but you've made. I mean, you've made so much, and surely you've learned and changed as an individual.
Oh sure, yeah, and I just see that as like adding more knowledge to like your daily bandolier of shit that you do. It's like, now I know how to do this. Let's move on.
So you're,
kind of.
Do you have a thing for like when you think that you will consider yourself successful and be happy for it?
I don't think so. No. It's like I just kind of, again, it's kind of like a sequential thing where I guess they're like little successes. I guess the only, if you think about it, like, even though you don't consider yourself successful, I guess success is really when other people consider you success, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. I remember back when I was dating this girl in high school. I didn't play guitar
Was she
yet.
hot?
No, God no. Fuck no, dude.
Did she have like big giant titties?
She did have them sweet big titties. She had. Let me tell you something about this girl. This girl legitimately had like scars on her face from living next to like a radioactive fucking Simpsons ass fucking plant when she was young, and it was in the water, and it was in their shower, and like it scarred up her face real bad.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I mean, like, she wasn't.
I mean,
like,
I shouldn't be laughing, but like,
no,
what?
you
So
can.
she
No.
was like taking acid rain showers.
Yeah. It just looked like acne scars, really, more than anything. And I've never once in my life given a shit about how pretty someone that I was dating was. Like, I've never cared about that. It's all like personality and like what they're into for me. Because I'm into some fucking stupid shit. So if somebody can like get behind me and get behind the shit that I'm into and then just talk to me about that, that's like my best friend ever right there. There you go. And
Well, okay, well, let me interview you real quick.
Yeah.
Like what? Like what things, for example?
Like fucking little boys. No, like
It's like you found somebody that was like, yeah, you know what? Finally, someone's just open about that.
Yeah,
I am so down with this relationship now.
Somebody
that was going to be a deal breaker.
Dude, I legitimately met a couple like that one time that was just like open about being pedophiles together. And it was such a weird fucking scenario. I was just like, all right, I guess as long as you're happy, I'm not gonna fucking stop them. And they didn't do anything to kids. I guess, like, fucking disclaimer, they didn't do anything to kids, or if they did, I didn't know. They were just fucking openly into kids and together.
It's not like they're gonna hit you up and be like, guess what we just did. Of course you're not gonna know.
No,
man.
like I'm a weird guy to talk to. I'm open about just about anything, kind of like you are. Like, I'll just fucking say shit, right? So I was talking about like fucking hentai. I was talking about like doujins and how like lolly and shota is getting like bigger, and I'm seeing it more and
Who
more.
the hell says doujins?
I don't fucking know.
Doujin.
Fuck you, Stamper. Get off my fucking show. But lolly and shota was getting more and more, and then they were like, oh yeah, because people generally feel like comfortable talking to me about shit because I don't fucking care about anything. I don't judge people for fucking anything. So they were just like, yeah, I like, he likes looking at that shit, and I'll jack him off, I'll blow him while he's looking at that little girl's getting railed. And I was like, really? Damn, you into and I was like, you into that?
That is an interesting Thanksgiving conversation.
Yeah, it was my dad. I was talking to my dad and my mom. But
Pass the mashed potatoes and shit.
yeah, it was. But I was like, "Oh, really? You into that?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm into it too." And I was like, "Okay." So you into little kids? They were like, "Yeah, I guess we're into little kids." I was like, "All right, cool, whatever."
Yeah, see, I'm similar in that sense too. It's like for the most part, people jump on me all the time about that shit. It's like, dude, you're way too open. Like, why are you saying like all this shit on like Twitter or whatever? Fucking why are you just open up and just say shit like that? It's like, dude, because like I really don't have anything to hide, and 9.9 times out of 10, if I say something, then the grand majority of the world is gonna. It's like why'd you go on Twitter and tell people that you were jacking off? It's like, who gives a shit? They probably just finished jacking off.
That other guy on the other end is also jacking off, going, "Oh, look, Stamper's jacking off too."
See, it's all one world where we could all get along if we just
jack off
admitted
together.
that we're all jacking off.
Just
together.
Just circle jerk together. We gotta get that together, Stamper. We gotta get a time that let everybody know that this is the time where we're all gonna jack off together, and then we'll all be brothers.
Yeah,
What was I talking about? Oh yeah, that bitch. She's ugly,
oh,
right?
yeah, that's right. Sorry.
So she's ugly, right?
Fucking Scarface over here.
Yes, but she got me into fucking like Japanese idols and shit. But like male Japanese idols like Gakkt and Hyde, and she got me into one called Miyavi, who was like this boy girl.
Oh,
looking...
those guys. Oh yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's hot as fuck, dude. I want to fuck that guy, but
I always called him. I always said, is it Gakkt? I always said Gakkt.
Yeah, it's Gakkt, Gackt, or just Gakt.
Yeah, I guess Japanese. Yeah, Japanese, whatever, man. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I own most of their fucking albums and shit.
Yeah. But Miyavi is like a sexy boy girl who plays like some sweet fucking tunes on a guitar, right? And there's this one song where before I play, I was like starting to play guitar. I was just picking out guitar, right? And then he opens with like this really sweet ass slap guitar solo with just his hands. And it's fucking awesome. And I remember saying to her, if I can play that, that's when I'll feel successful. That's when I am officially a success, and I can just stop playing guitar. And now I can play that on my guitar, and I don't feel that way at all.
So your gauge for success is seeing a successful person and saying, if I can successfully rip him off.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's right. I was like, if I can do that, that I'll be successful. And I don't know what fucking 15-year-old me was thinking, but I was fucking a 23-year-old, so I was thinking something right. I had shit going well.
I mean, technically, see, it was a success, though. So, do you feel successful? No, but you successful did it, so I guess technically you're a success.
You're right. I mean, it was statutory rape, but, I feel successful about
it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there you go.
That was fucking weird, man. Dating like a 23-year-old when you're 15 is like the weirdest shit ever. Like, people have told me, like, that, like, I shouldn't... One, people have told me I shouldn't tell people about that. And two, people have told me that, like, it's a bad thing what I did, but I had a good time. Like, we broke up on bad terms, but, like, I had a good relationship. I learned a lot.
Yeah, it's more common than you think, too, dude. I'm not saying it's, like, wildly common, but a lot of people are... in or have had relationship situations like that.
Yeah, Stamper.
So, I mean,
William Stamper,
now
for
is
example.
now. It's what's that?
Yeah, William Stamper, for example, famed,
yeah,
famed 15-year-old dater.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even to this day, dude.
That's what you're known for, man. You were dating a 15-year-old when you were 15. Man. Yeah, that's what you do. That's what everybody loves you for.
That's what I'm good at. Just get off my back.
Oh, fuck. What were we talking about?
How shitty this coffee is.
You got shitty coffee?
Yeah.
From where?
Well, it was my fault. I just made it wrong. I was, like, really lazy when I made the coffee. Normally, I put, like, cream and sugar in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to drink it black.
That's an awful idea.
And it was a bad idea. And see, I have nobody to blame but myself for sabotaging myself. See, that's a good life lesson right there. If you like your coffee with cream and sugar in it, then put cream and sugar in it.
It's a good point. You know that you're like a guy who does cooking videos now, like on YouTube, and, you know, raps about it, I guess. Who fucking cares about that part? But you're the guy fucking up your own coffee, and you're the one telling other people how to cook. The fuck is your problem?
See, well, that's kind of a misconception there, too. It's like, people like, oh, man, I really love your recipe videos. It's like, oh, you gotta fucking pump your brakes there, dude.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
These aren't fucking recipe videos, okay? You're just watching me cook something. I'm not telling anybody how to do it. It's how to fucking do anything, man. It's like, I just figured I'm putting out music anyways. Give people something to fucking watch. And it's not like I have a stable of beautiful black women over here willing to fucking...
I don't know, man. You got them
wiggle around and
bitches
shit
at the end of BTD.
What? Oh.
Is Backstage gonna be a song that you fully release, by the way?
Backstage?
Yeah, that's what I've called it this whole time, and that's what I'm calling it right now, and you should know what I'm talking about, because I've decided that.
Oh, okay, well, there you go, yeah. Yes,
baby, give my dick a backstage pass.
Oh, right, yeah.
Is that like a full song, or is that just some shit you were fucking up?
That was not, it was, I just needed something.
Are you kidding me?
I just needed something just for like the end credits, just to make some people smile. I think it worked.
Dude, are you kidding me? I thought that was like you teasing another song or something like that, because that song,
but then
over the song that I just listened to, that song is what gets stuck in my head.
Yeah, and see, yeah, last time we kind of talked on this too. I feel like through my whole body of work, the shit that takes off the most is the shit that I care the less about during the production process. But the things that I put all my time and energy in, they just go nowhere. It's because I'm overthinking everything. And then, like, just for that, I was like, oh, I just need a fucking credit song. 15 minutes later, I fucking had that. And now people are like, I want that song full. Excuse me. Wait, hold on. Okay, excuse me. I want the full version of that song. And now I'm doing a full version of that song.
You should do
Which kind of sucks, because now I have to write all the lyrics and shit when I didn't think that far ahead.
You should do that, man. That's a great song. That thing's got a great hook. I like it. I like the intro, the break beat, like the breakdown intro on the drums and everything. It's snappy, man. I like it.
Yeah, that style of music is generally referred to as New Jack Swing. And it is probably my favorite genre, but it really went out of favor, like, late 80s and
it's a big
early
90s
thing. It had like a little spot, but I swear if people just brought it back, man, everyone would fucking love it. I mean, I don't have to be singing about getting shit on your wiener, but
I don't know, man. Yeah, I thought about that a lot recently. Just because Boys to Men was big doesn't mean that if you brought back Boys to Men that people would love it.
Well, yeah, I guess so, in a sense, but at the same time, I don't know. Shit's kind of stale these days. I don't know. Maybe it's tough to say if people would embrace it or if people just want more of the same shit.
I'm waiting
like
for
pretty much
somebody
every rap song these days is just the same. Like I ain't gonna do anything. Feeling really high and a bang. And then the chorus is like this repetitive, like, and they do it intentionally, because if you make a repetitive chorus, it gets stuck in your head. And, you know, it's like when people are like, this song is so stupid. Why does it have, like, 18, 19 writers? It's like, dude, they're not writing the song. If anything, they're dumbing the song down.
Absolutely.
They're dumbing the song down to reach the broadest possible audience. If your songs are too overcomplicated, I think you know what I'm saying. It's like you're gonna fall into a niche audience really quick.
Yeah, first off, I'm ready for rock music to make kind of a comeback. I want progressive rock to kind of come back. I want to see that and see what they'll do with that, with new shit that we've got today. Two,
I could see, yeah, and just recently, fucking what's his name, Adam Levine, he got called out and everyone's calling him a fucking idiot. But I know what he's saying.
Yeah.
Or I just kind of like glazed over it. But he was like, he said something to the effect of, bands don't really exist anymore. And that's kind of a shame, or something like that. And everyone's like, duh, well, there's bands all over the place. But I get what he means. Like, nobody's really... It's kind of true in a... Like, I have to, like, look for bands. Like, you never just hear, like, where... I don't particularly like them, but, like, bands like Nirvana and shit like that, they don't just pop up anymore.
Well, that's because rock's dead, man. Like, rock in general is just kind of non-existent.
It's just kind of hiding, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's underground rock movements, and there's still punk and shit coming out, but like, almost all rock now is underground. Almost all of
it's
it.
not in the spotlight anymore. That's for sure.
No, I went over to a friend's house last week, and he likes to just have music videos, rap music videos, whatever's like popular, whatever's big right now on YouTube, just playing on, just going.
I used to do that too. It's just put them up and just let them chain together.
Yeah. And I was sitting there watching them, and one of them I got to counting, and it had like 8 ads in it, like 8, like what do you call it? Fucking when you put a fucking
like
product placement.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it had like 8 things of product placement in it, in scenes, and I was just like, holy shit, this is a fucking commercial.
Yeah.
The whole thing's, nobody cared about this fucking song. The song sucked. The music video sucked. It was all CG, and it was just a big fucking commercial.
Yeah. You know, a lot of the times, regardless of the industry, really, it's money comes first, dude. That's the first discussion. Anything else comes later. How do we make money off this proposed idea before the idea even happens?
Was it like that at Newgrounds?
In what sense?
Like,
or were you making a joke?
No, I wasn't. I was asking sincerely. Was raising capital like a big concern at Newgrounds?
Not having enough capital was probably a bigger concern. Like, money was always a concern. Is like, oh shit, which blah, oh shit, Tom's not that kind of guy, man. Like, he was always more concerned with the happiness and well-being of the users and shit like that.
I've never met the dude. I'd really like to meet him sometime.
He's a super nice guy.
That's all I hear, dude. All I hear. I've interviewed several people who've known him now. And my god, all they say is just positive things about Tom. I'd love to fucking talk to him about Newgrounds sometime.
Yeah, if you, like, just go to YouTube or something and pull up, like, interview with Tom Fulp, and whatever his corny ass is doing, that's, just put that idea in your head. That's exactly how he is.
Yeah, I could
all the time.
Maybe I'll contact him sometime and ask him if he wants to do one of these. What do you, like, speaking of working at Newgrounds, you started working at Newgrounds at, like, 15, right?
Well, not working at, but yeah, I was like 16, maybe 16-ish, and that's when I found Newgrounds, and I remember, like, before that, you know, I was digging around the internet just for shit that makes you laugh and stuff like that, and I found Newgrounds in its, like, early seed days when there was only like 5 or 10 Flash cartoons on it, and that's it.
Oh,
and Tom was, like, adding them by hand because the portal didn't exist. And back then, it was like, I just blew me out of the, because it was the dumbest cartoons and stuff there. Because, you know, it was the fucking early days. And it really blew my mind and opened up a ton of possibilities when I first saw a Flash cartoon. Because, you know, before that, people would look at animated GIFs and laugh because the GIF was kind of goofy.
Yeah.
But then Flash was like animated GIFs that had sound in them. And I was like, what?
You redesigned Newgrounds after that, right?
What's that?
You redesigned Newgrounds after that, right?
Yeah, it was a while after that. I was probably like 19 or 20, and but yeah, I was on Newgrounds for a couple of years, and I bounced around, and around then I was designing websites just for fun, and, you know, my own websites, and every now and again somebody needed a website. And I was really interested in web and graphic design. And so I was still around Newgrounds, but I was, like, more on the career side of web design.
Yeah.
And then one day, I was kind of like, I was in Hawaii at the time, if I remember right. And I just lost my job, and I had nothing better to do, and I was browsing around Newgrounds. I was like, man, this site is fucking ugly. And in fairness to Tom, it was fucking hideous.
What job did you lose? Drug mule?
No, I was actually my primary source of income was designing porn websites.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking madman.
I was the guy that, and I knew it was fucking, but that's just, the way the porn industry works, man. But I knew it was a shady fucking business. But I was the guy that designed all like the websites, like, so they'd go and snap up a bunch of domain names.
Yeah.
Like schoolbitches.org and giantblackwieners.com, you know, stupid shit like that.
Yeah, williamstamper.net.
Yeah, what? But and they would all be, they were just like the front ends for to gather credit cards from people that all redirected you to the same back end of content.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's all basically just a fucking ripoff, but I knew what I was doing, but it was a fucking paycheck.
You know what's cool about that? Now you can just do that on YouTube. People do that shit on YouTube constantly now.
In what sense?
Like, all right, check it. You get on YouTube and then you like search for Black Panther, right? Like the movie. And then
Right.
like you always get this shit where it's like Black Panther full HD 1080p 4K, and it's just like this long fucking name, but it's got like great SEO. So you click on it and it's like the 20th Century Fox logo and then like a little bit of a trailer, and then it goes, "Oh, YouTube has removed this video. Please click the link in the description."
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then it's the same thing. Like, it's just shady fucking domain names that get your credit card and then take you to the same back end.
It made money though, dude. I mean, nowadays, of course, you got like Pornhub and stuff like that. It's just like, you know, go beat off, just run there real quick, and there you go.
Dude, I haven't
like,
beat off in like 3 weeks.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's fucking weird, dude. I don't know what's with me. I used to be like a 2 or 3 times a day kind of guy.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Oh, I'm glad you feel that. I'm glad you feel that. We'll cut this part out. Don't worry. Nobody wants to hear about us beating off.
No, yes, they do. Leave it. Anyways, just to wrap that last thing up real quick. So I just sat around and I was like, if this was my website, talking about Newgrounds, if this was my website, how would I want it to look? And I used the Tom. I used the colors that Tom like already picked out, and he liked like gray and yellow. And I was like, fuck it. And I just, that was basically just my guideline, was gray and yellow, and then there. And then I sent it to Tom, and I was like, here's what I think Newgrounds could look like.
Yeah.
And it was just a mock-up. And he was like, oh, yeah, this is fucking great. Let's do this. That was pretty much it.
What was your first job, Stamper?
My first job?
Yeah, I'm curious.
If I remember right, it was... My fucking history is hazy. I'm pretty sure it was Walmart, though.
Oh man, is your memory getting that bad?
Well, it's just that, you know, as time goes by, you start pushing shit out of your head that doesn't really. That's just a natural thing that most people do. It's like, you know, for example, like when I was younger, I knew the state capital of every state in the United States, and I'd be lucky to name like 3 of them because that
genius,
data doesn't. It's like that. None of that data means anything anymore.
I'll never forget my first job, man. My first job was GameStop, like many others before me.
Yeah, which is weird, because you said that was because we touched on this earlier.
Did we?
And you said that, not for long though, but you said that it was really common. The only thing we really said was, you said that it was really common for people to have jobs at GameStop, and for me, it was like everybody was working at fucking McDonald's. Like, that was the thing. McDonald's.
That was the thing everybody avoided around me. Everybody was like, I don't want to work at McDonald's. I'll take anything but McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know what? We talked about it earlier, but I kind of want to revisit one thing. Like, you said, like, what did you have the most fun working on? Or what was, like, what did you put the most work into? And, like, what did you try your hardest on? I want to know what you tried your hardest on, man. That sounds actually interesting. Considering your work portfolio.
I'd probably say the entirety of BattleBlock Theater.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I put the most time into, and the most just overall like well, I guess effort too, because a lot of people don't know that the game as it's released now, you know, there's a bunch of voices and cinematics and stuff in there, but everything that I did that's actually in the game, that's probably representative of like maybe 20% of what I actually did that didn't make it into the game.
Jesus, man. But that game's full of you. That game is like mostly just showing off you doing voiceover.
If, like, take for example, like, it's all situational, so there's triggers in the game that trigger a voice bank. Motherfuckers ruin the word trigger. I hate saying it.
I know.
But that trigger a voice bank. So if you do, like, if you're in a like one of those little mini games and you sink a basketball or something like that, there's a specific bank for just that. Now, or if, let's just say you die, right? There's a voice bank for deaths, right? And it just pulls a random voice clip. Every voice has been clipped down, and that was another part of my thing. Like, I'd record everything, and then I'd turn each one into clips individually named, and there's just like thousands and thousands and fucking thousands. So they'd say, like, we need a voice bank for when you die. And then I just have to come up with things, and just a lot of it's just, I'd say the grand majority of it's just fucking off the cuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting in the booth, and I'm like, okay, and I'm imagining, like, a character's dying. What would somebody watching that say out loud? Like, if you were just, like, chilling with your friends, playing on the couch, what would they say out loud?
Yeah.
So I just, like, did that. But in the game, there's probably, like, maybe 30 voice clips in the death bank, right? But I turned in probably 300.
Yeah.
But they go through all of the clips, and they pick out, a reasonable amount to put in the game. And a big part of that was to kind of spare the person on the downloading side of it, because audio, I mean, it's kind of common knowledge, but most of the brunt of the games and shit that you download, like, a lot of it is taken up by audio. Like, audio is so fucking weighted.
Yeah, there's no way to compress it yet, really.
You can, but not by much. And, like, we were just thinking, it's like, dude, if you have, like, thousands and thousands and fucking thousands of voice clips in this game, man, that'd be kind of cruel to make someone sit down and fucking download an 800 gig game just for some dumbass voices. So
how much input did you have in that game?
Everything that
really?
well, not the game itself, but, like, it was pretty free, man. When the game first started, Dan was like, me and Dan were already friends before that. We were like roommates, and we had like very similar senses of humor. And he was like, we need cinematics. And then he came over and he was like, I know that you could figure this out. You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I got you. And I just went in there and I ad-libbed like basically the whole intro cinematic. And that was like there.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, this is perfect. Now do the rest of them and then do these now. And it's like, yeah, there was freedom in a sense where we just kind of trusted each other. Like, we need death voices. Here you go.
How many people worked on that game?
I don't know. I'm not a fucking accountant.
I was just curious. I was like, because it sounds like you put in like hours upon hours upon hours of work.
Sure, a lot of people did. There's a couple of programmers. Dan was like the main artist. There's a couple of side artists too. And a lot of people on there's a fucking term for it. Like all the stuff that you don't really see, like the quality control. There's a lot of
like Q&A testing and shit.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's the localization.
Oh yeah. I see what you mean.
Stuff like that. They're all good people though.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a ton of work to make a video game. I've never really talked to anybody who worked on like a full video game that got published like on the channel or anything. So I was just wondering how many people probably went into BattleBlock Theater. I was guessing like two dozen maybe.
Yeah, maybe somewhere around there. I mean, the team's not huge. I mean, it's not like fucking EA or something. I don't know why EA was the first thing that came to mind.
Because they're the shittiest company, dude.
They are. You know what?
They are.
EA is garbage shit. I hate it so much.
Your voiceover in BattleBlock is so big, though. I've got a friend who doesn't even know who you are that has, like, an alarm on his phone for the It's a Secret song.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Were you just standing in a booth doing noises for that?
Yeah. They were
figured you were.
they were like, damn it, I forget. It was because it was a kind of a relaxed atmosphere, and like me and Dan would like work late at night, and we would just say random things out loud. It's just for no reason, like buckle your pants, or it's like it turned into like a kind of like a childish kind of like buckle your pants, dude. It's just like an all rounder sort of thing for any situation. It's like instead of being like, "Are you serious, dude?" It's like, "Buckle your pants, man."
Like 5-year-olds insulting each other when they don't have.
I know, like
the
fucking
biggest
children.
grasp.
That's
yeah,
it.
like actual children. That sounds like actual kids.
And yeah, for that song, it was just like, "Hey, we need a song for the secret stage." And I was like, "What are you thinking?" It's like, "I don't know." It's like, "Here, I'll go do it." It's like, if you really don't care, then here. I don't either. There.
You know, like. I know you mostly from like your animations and stuff, so I figured that was probably the stuff that made you the happiest or the stuff that you spent the most time on. But voice acting is like an entirely different beast than animating, and I can kind of see now, and after talking to you, I think it might have taken more time to do voice acting in general than it probably did for you to animate those things, because you probably just plowed through animating things.
Yeah, I do enjoy it. Like right now I can't, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're all washed up and shit. You're not making cartoons anymore." You know, first and foremost, it's not exactly fucking easy, so fuck you, dude.
Are you, Ego Raptor? What the fuck?
But what's it called? Yeah, right now it's just my current situation and setup just doesn't really allow for a whole lot of because it's a little intensive to make cartoons. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to it eventually. I just need to tweak all this, but yeah, in terms of like cartoons and stuff, I can get them done pretty quick because I don't consider myself an animator. I can animate, but not very well. You know, like if you want to know like good animators, I point them out all day. Fucking Harry Partridge, that's a fucking animator.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I can't do what he does, like, because he's actually animating things. I'm tweening shit around.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're tweening mostly. So I
like it to at least look visually appealing.
Yeah.
Just to like get the jokes across. But other than that, and when I'm not animating, my goal is to. It's like. I feel like some people animate to show the world that they can animate well.
Yeah.
Not that they're trying to be like arrogant about like, look at me sort of thing, but like they're animating because they love animation, and it's like, here's something like real, here's some eye candy for you.
Something from
but,
the heart,
like,
man.
Yeah, but my end goal is like to entertain people. And if you could animate and entertain people at the same time, that's just a fucking bonus. But if I'm just trying to tell like a cheap ass joke, I don't need phenomenal animation. I'm just trying to make somebody smile or laugh. And I could do that with like a live action stupid thing or a cartoon or a song or like that's my shit. I just want to like maybe make somebody think about something from a different perspective or just fucking laugh, because people have shitty ass fucking days. You can come home and just pull up a little cartoon and
yeah, last time we talked you said that like your original goal, like I asked you like what your goals were, and you said like, I don't know, just to make people laugh. Like that was like your life goal, pretty much. You just wanted to make people happy. Do you have
If I had to boil it down, yeah, just make people happy and comfortable, cuz life is shit, dude. It sucks. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've been
sucks,
here, man. I've been here for 30 years. I'm
Oh,
aware.
you too?
Yeah. It's crazy. Fuck this shit.
And
man.
I have this sneaking fucking feeling that your listeners might have also been there too.
Fuck. How about we all, decide to stop doing it? We'll all leave around the same time. Maybe we could all meet up and just get out of this mess that we're in.
Oh, together. Yeah, that's a great
together.
idea.
Yeah, I think maybe we could I could rent out a church or something, and
I'll make us a big tray of poison enchiladas that we could all share.
delicious. And we can all go out eating enchiladas and giving each other back rubs. It actually didn't sound that bad. If I died that way, I think I might be. How do you want to die, Stamper?
Oh, I already know how and when
Tell me.
going to. No, I can't.
Why?
Because if I tell you the future might not happen.
Damn it, Stamper. I'm trying to think of like how I'd want to die. Like if if I fucking got a choice of dying, I feel like getting decapitated isn't that bad.
Oh, like I know, like even when I was little, people are like, God, I got some fucking crazy indigestion. Sorry, I keep burping into the fucking
It's
microphone
cool,
here,
man.
but
This is edited, so it doesn't matter. I'll just edit you out burping.
that's fine. But yeah, even when I was a kid, I was like, you know, it's like you look at the guillotine for a second, and you're like, man, that thing looks brutal, man. You put your head through, and it's like, oh, it's got to be terrible. But then you get a little older, and you're like, not really.
Yeah.
Because you're like not even looking at the blade, you're looking away from it. It's kind of a surprise when it hits, and it just lops your head off.
Yeah.
It's like that's actually kind of a decent way to go if you think about it.
What's the way you don't want to die, Stepper? If you got your shit down on how you are gonna die and when, how about I just ask you fucking how, like, what's the worst way you think to die? I'm going with car wreck, man. I don't want to die in a car wreck.
Well, it depends on the severity of the car. Oh, dude, easy. A fucking bear.
A bear?
A bear.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, compare that to shark. Like, which one's worse?
Haven't you ever seen the fucking Revenant, man?
Yeah, I've seen the fucking Revenant. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, shit's fucked. There was that little girl that got eaten by a bear, and she called her fucking mom on the cell phone while she was getting eaten. And there's like,
there's been a couple of cases like that. See, that's the thing with bears, man. They're bigger than you are. They're stronger than you are. They just gonna pin you down, and then they don't care about you, dude. They just start eating, and it's gonna take a long time.
No, drowning though.
What about drowning? People drown all the time.
Drowning sucks, dude.
Well, how do you know? Have you ever drowned? No, then shut up.
Fuck you, Stamper. That's not what I'm talking about. They say that, like, when you drown, like, the last thing that you're gonna do is, like, your body, like, panics. Like, your body, like, even if you're not panicking, your body just goes fucking nuts. And I feel like I wouldn't have that with a bear. Like, I think I could just chill and, like, try to get the bear to break my neck or something.
What, are you gonna, like, talk some sense into the bear?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna caress the bear. I'm gonna jack him off a little bit. You know, ask him if he can take my head off nicely.
I don't think drowning would be all that bad. Have you ever had a dude come up behind you and put you in a fucking one of those...
A chokehold?
With his big, muscular arms and knock you out?
I mean, not the knockout part, but yeah, I've had a dude come up behind me with his delicious, muscular arms.
That's just lack of oxygen to your fucking brain. You just kind of faint, and that's it, and you're up about 10 minutes later, like, what the fuck happened? Oh, BJ fucking knocked you out, dude. It's like that. I just imagine drowning's a lot like that.
Sorry, I'm distracted by the idea of a big man's arms around me, and...
Oh, sorry, I thought there was a technical thing. Yeah, man, fuck drowning's nothing, man. People prefer that.
Yeah.
Why do you think so many people jump off bridges?
No, dude, that can't be the case. Like, people aren't like fucking, I want to die from the drowning after the bridge, right? People want to like hit the water and like go unconscious or some shit.
Yeah, I'm still, hold on. There was one that, recently I heard, maybe you've heard of weird things. Of course you have. That's a dumb way of saying it. No, this one guy, I'll pull it up later. I guess it doesn't really do us any good now, but he killed himself. No, you can pull it up now. We got time. I mean, this is edited, so you can just do whatever, and I'll make it fucking make sense. Okay, wait, hold on. Yeah, let me try to find it. And we're back.
Yo, so I thought about it, right? And the real question is, like...
Mm-hmm. Are you eating?
Yeah, I was eating a burger. I just got it out of my mouth. I had to swallow.
The real question is, what was on the burger?
It was the Impossible Burger from fucking Burger King. It was just like, I just get burgers plain, dude. I don't fucking care.
Twice, dude.
I don't fucking care about food, Stamper. You're the one with the food shit.
This interview brought to you by Burger King.
Burger King.
Ill.
Burger King. Nah, that ain't food. Nah.
By Burger King. Sponsored by EA. EA. Ew.
Yeah. Fuck. I was thinking about it. So, like, the real question is, like...
Yes, sir.
Do you want to see your death coming or not? That's, like, the big question. Like, do you want to have, like, time to come to, like, terms with the fact that you're dying, or you just want to, like, turn off, you know?
That's a interesting one. That's why I feel like a lot of people do it themselves for that very reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
They're like, it's like, hey, they got it planned out, you know? And it's like, there's no fucking surprises. I know exactly, and I'm that guy.
Oh, yeah, me too, dude. I'm the exact same way. I've always told basically everybody that I know that, like, if I don't die through some tragedy or something, then I will totally die from suicide. Because I just do not want to. I don't want to go out like an old bitch, you know.
And people think you're fucking crazy like that, dude. It's logical.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking bother
completely
people,
logical.
Dude. I don't want to fucking be. I don't want to be like. I'm not gonna do it because I'm sad. I just want to fucking not be anybody's fucking burden.
I know, just punch your ticket. It's like, blip, done.
Exactly. You get you take one 45 caliber aspirin, dude, and there's no coming back from that.
Leave people a little note and just be like, here's why, and bye.
Yeah, dude, have you ever OD'd?
Yeah. Does booze count?
Sure. Yeah, I guess booze counts.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking like that might be a good way to go. Like, I don't know on booze. ODing on booze kind of is fucking shitty. You feel like garbage after that.
Oh yeah, for days, dude.
Yeah, you do. But so like if you don't effectively kill yourself by like drinking yourself to
technically,
death,
does it count if you don't go to the hospital? It's just taking too much of one thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, true. Like I'm talking about like you had to get your stomach pumped or somebody had to inject you with something, you know, like some like you OD'd
not to that degree. I guess I'd say borderline then. But yeah, not to that serious degree where somebody almost had to pull me back from the other side.
Yeah. I've done that before. Like on pills. I've OD'd on pills before, and I think that would be a good way to go. It's pretty fucking chill. You just get really tired, and you just fucking go out, right? And if there's nobody there to save you, then you just turn off, and you're sleepy, and you're ready to go.
Yeah, you just kind of like casually fade away. You don't even see it coming, really. It's just like, okay, just kind of like falling asleep, and there you go.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I had a friend who OD'd on heroin, like, a couple of years back, like, two or 3 years back. He said that it was the same way. Like, he just thought, you know, I'll grab a quick nap, and I'll be backing up and ready to go. And I was like, man, if you can do that for, like, killing yourself, you just, like, convince yourself that you're basically just going to take a quick nap. That's a fucking good way to go. That's better than, like, flipping a car and, like, snapping your neck against the pavement.
Yeah. That's kind of how cats go, too. Everyone's like, yeah, I found my cat. And, you know, often, like, under the couch or something, like, some out-of-the-way place, and, you know, my cat was dead. And, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, my cat did that because she didn't want to burden anyone. And it's like, no. It's like your cat did that because, you know, she was kind of feeling under the weather, and she just wanted to go someplace and lay down for a nap until she felt better, and she didn't see it coming. She just died.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, man. How old do you want to, like, live to, Stamper? Like, what's, like, the point to where you're, like, I don't know. I think I'm starting to get on, like, be a burden to other individuals. So I'm thinking, like,
I'd
85?
say that's a little late. I'd say about 65.
About 65? Nah, man.
68.
Nah, my mom's 65, man. My mom's fine. She's doing good, you know?
I'll split the difference. 72?
72 is pretty good. Yeah, I could
72, yeah.
If you had to sign a contract for 72, would you go for it?
See, now you change it. I'd sign a 74.
You'd sign for 74? I probably wouldn't sign for 74, man. I'd want to gamble that shit. Just the rush of knowing that I'm gambling with my life when I could have gotten a 74, I think would just fucking...
Wait, what's the contract even for? There's like, a contract needs to be like two ways. It's just like some dude presents you with the contract and he's like, oh yeah, 74, sign here. It's like,
Jesus
why? What do I
gave you
get
a
out of it?
contract, Stamper, and he's saying I'll kill you at 74 on your birthday.
Oh, so that's a guarantee. That means I'll at least live till then.
Yeah, you're gonna live till then, Stamper. Jesus told you.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it's not just a voice
we all know
you heard.
Jesus is real.
Yes, and someone who comes around with death contracts, giving you that was what he was famous for, if I recall. That I've read
his
the
death
Bible.
Contracts. Yeah,
his death contracts. That was what he's famous for. He walked around and gave a blind man a death contract, and then went to Lazarus and gave him a death contract. That was the shortest line in the Bible, man. It was just Death Contract.
That would be a great name for a metal band if it doesn't already exist.
You know that
Death
exists,
Contract.
dude.
Probably.
We should make a metal band, Stamper.
Can I be lead tambourine?
Yes, absolutely. We'll be the only band with a lead tambourine player. You ever been
There's no lead singer. You'll be the only metal band with a tambourine. Period.
Yeah, it's just a guy with a tambourine. There's no one else. You just call it metal. You just play like metal on a fucking an amp behind you and just play tambourine to it. There you go.
I guess you could like technically submit music like it's just a tambourine, and you could like if you submit music to like iTunes or Spotify and shit, you could tag it as metal.
Yeah, you could tag it
I
as
don't know if
that
it might go through. I mean, who's to say it's not metal? If I fucking shake that thing hard enough, it's metal as fuck, dude.
Do you play any instruments, Stamper?
Just I fiddle with the piano.
You fiddle with the piano?
Yeah, and
you fiddle
other
with anything
than that,
else?
No.
You fiddling with little kids, Stamper?
Oh, this is a roundabout way of asking. You're trying to get it out of me. See, all you have to do is ask, do you fuck kids?
Yeah, like,
yes.
That's why I'm trying
Let's
to
move on.
No, I was trying to do that thing that I did with that couple. I was just trying to, I'm trying to get close to you, Stamper. We gotta make boundaries and just get something to where we're like, okay, that's as far as we can go. So, I'm just
I don't know,
asking
man.
the
You get to
questions.
a point where you've seen so much damn shit. It's just like, really?
The internet's like that, man. I think we talked about this last time.
Yeah.
The internet's like ruining like my sensitivity to things. Like I don't fucking like it's hard.
Oh yeah,
to people.
we did. We kind of brought that up. It was like it's like this like sliding scale of what's like what people see. And like I'd wager the grand majority of your listeners are probably exactly the way we are, where like somebody will come up and be like, "Did you see that? It was the most disgusting thing ever." They're talking about like 2 girls, 1 cup, and you're just like, "Yeah, I saw that while I was eating breakfast. I don't care."
Yeah, dude. Like, did I tell you when we talked about it that what my coworker did? He did something very similar to that recently.
What? Oh, go.
So he like fucking came into my office and he was like, "Do you are you what is?" He was like, "Are you squeamish?" And I was like, "No." And so he brought his phone in and he showed me that shooting at like that Texas church where the dude just got fucking like the dude came in, he shot like 2 or 3 people and then he just got fucking mowed down by Texas church people. And I fucking laughed like after I saw him get shot. I just laughed because it's just my immediate reaction. He got fucking railed, and my coworker was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I was like, "I don't know, man. Fucking who hadn't seen this shit already? Who had like I even said like when he showed me the video, I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember this video."
Yeah, it's like it's they say desensitized, but it's fucking true. It's like are you squeamish? And it's like a dude, I don't know, like putting a cucumber up his ass, and you're like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like,
it's like, yeah, just call me back when you've seen a guy shove a jar up his ass that's shattered inside. I mean that
call me
that was
back.
just on Thursdays.
Call me back when you don't have something that I just had that I watched that one time I really couldn't jack off.
Yeah.
We've all had that moment. Like, you've had that moment, I'm sure, where you're jacking off and it's taking like fucking an hour. Are you the kind of guy who gives up? Or are you the kind of guy who just delves deeper and deeper until he finds something that'll actually satiate that carnal desire?
You ever been in that weird situation where like nothing's working and then like finally it does work, but you because you like you said, you dig deep into this like weird like remote part of your brain, and the thing that pops up that actually does work is like the weirdest, most fucked up, like obscure shit. Like I don't know, maybe it's just like a primal thing that just goes somewhere dangerous or something.
Yeah, I don't know. That's got to be it. It's got to be the danger thing. Like it has to be the fact that it's dangerous is what works. Because I'm trying to think of like every time that happened.
I have been in those situations where, like, you get in that situation where you're like, I'm going to put on the most disgusting possible thing I could find.
Shrek
and you
2.
do it. And then you do it, and then you finish, and right after you're done, like that moment of clarity comes back, and you're looking at what you're watching. You're like, no!
Oh, what was that for you? What were you looking at?
I don't know, dude. It's just that happens all the time, though. It's like I don't know.
It's all the
and
time.
There's like doo-doo feces and everything flying everywhere. And it's like, what was I thinking? You're just like you're a completely different fucking person just for that.
I think I talked
life.
about it on another podcast episode, but I was talking about that exact same thing happened to me, and yeah, I had that moment of clarity. I came back to myself, and I was watching like these dudes like fuck this girl, and then like stick their hands down her throat and making her throw up into a dog bowl and then eat it while they fucked her.
Yeah, it's always, and then you always like put your hands up like, oh
yeah, no. I was just like, god damn it, fucking humans really are monsters when like that's what it
basically
took.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It did give me a moment of clarity though, where I did think about like I probably shouldn't do this again, you know?
And then, like, right after that, you're, like 15 minutes later, you're at the grocery store buying a loaf of bread like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? This is a fucking weird question, but I guess we're kind of on the topic. What's like the most, like, ashamed you ever felt for something like that?
I'm not trying to dodge the question. Let me roll that around in my brain, and I'll get back
All right.
to you.
I was just, like, I was trying to think. I had a moment.
Why, you have one? You have one, though.
Yeah, I do. I have one.
Okay, go.
Okay. I was jacking off, right? I was jacking my big fat fucking wiener cock, and huge fucking wiener cock.
Beautiful penis, by the way.
Thank you. I'm glad. I sent it to you yesterday, so I'm glad you already have seen it and took time to look at it. Anyways, I was jacking off. And I couldn't find anything that got to me. And there's this one video on Pornhub that I kept seeing where it was like this old fucking geriatric ass 85-year-old grandma getting fucked by a shark on a boat out on the ocean. And it was like a dude in a shark costume, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? And I was like, you know what? Nothing else is working. Let's try this shit. I've seen this like 5 times. Might as well give it a go. And that was what worked. And I was like, damn, I am actually ashamed of myself. I feel like a fucking garbage human being right now.
And it's like, yeah, I've had like weird moments like that too. It's like you go through like 90 of them, and it's like nothing's doing it. And then you pull up some random, just a random video of like a dude just by himself in a room, like beating off onto a wooden chair, and there's something clicks into your brain, like, yeah.
Oh, I got another one.
You get that chair.
I got another one. I was watching, I think this was Pornhub, I don't remember. But it was this video where this guy was taking this...
Oh, man, that would be an awesome sponsor, dude. I love that site.
Pornhub?
For obvious reasons.
Dude, I would fucking love to be sponsored by Pornhub. Are you kidding me?
I'd do it with no shame, dude.
Yeah, no shame. I'd fucking love it. But I was watching, like... This dude was, like, hanging out with this bitch, and they were just in the fucking living room, and he had her, like, down on her knees, and her breasts were over this,
Who says breasts?
I don't know, man. Her big fat fucking titties. Her big fat fucking
Thank you,
floppers.
God.
Her goddamn milk sacks that were hanging over, like, 2x4s, like a fucking, like, 2x4 under them. And the guy came over with, and, like, pulled on her nipples, and then, like, pulled them out, and then started hammering nails into them. Like, through her nipples and into the fucking wood, while she was, like, being, like, like, thanking him for doing it and stuff. And she was fucking into it, dude. She was, like, she was having a great time. And I was like, hell yeah, this is what I needed. I don't fucking, God, I'm a fucking monster. Yeah, nail them nipples. God.
And then afterwards, you feel guilty, and you're like, oh, man, I hope she got home okay.
Yeah, honestly, No, they were totally, like, in some fucking... They were in, like, a good relationship or something. They had, like, shit all over that room that showed that they, like, did this regularly.
How do you find people like that?
I don't know. Like, I mean... Surely, like,
you gotta
just
meet
around.
somebody, and you meet somebody, and then you just kind of, like, upping the ante with the things that you're talking about. Like, it'd be fun. I don't know, like, if you just got, like, your nipples, like, nailed to a 2x4. That's funny.
Oh,
Never
my
mind.
God, Stamper, I'm so into that. Yes, can we do that, please? Stamper, you're into dudes, right?
Yeah, sure.
When's the last time you fucked a dude?
I spent about 3 years. It's been a while, dude.
Yeah, I was like, what is it with like fucking gay guys and being into weird shit like that? Gay guys are into fucking weird shit, dude.
Why gay guy? Everyone's into fucking weird shit. They just don't fucking admit it.
Maybe it's Mississippi, dude. But every dude I've been with was into some weird shit.
You're all over the fucking place. What are you talking about?
I'm saying like fucking every gay dude I've ever fucked with in Mississippi is like is always into some weird,
that's because you're in
shit.
Mississippi.
Yeah, I'm in Mississippi, fucker. God damn it. Learn the fucking context clues, Stamper. Jesus.
Mississippi.
It's awful. Take me.
One of the biggest shitholes in the United States. And I say that honestly because it's a shithole.
It is, dude. You need to get me out of here. I don't care how you
gotta,
do
like,
it.
In any situation, you gotta weigh out not necessarily the pros and cons, but if the bad outweighs the good, then it's not a good place. For example, name 5 bad things about Mississippi. Go.
Racism, mud, the weather, loud trucks, and rednecks.
Yeah, there you go. Now name 5 good things about Mississippi.
Nature, clean water, biscuits.
And we're out.
Dude, that was harder than I thought it would be. I had to like think.
And most other states have nature and clean water.
I know. I just fucking shut up, man. I hate it here. You know, that's like the whole reason I started doing YouTube was like, I was like, maybe if this shit just pops off, I can get out of this godforsaken hellhole.
And look where that got you.
Yeah. God, dude, I hate it here. I fucking hate it.
Were you born there?
Yeah,
or no?
yeah, I was.
Have you been in the same city your whole life?
No. I've been to 48 other states. Like
Really?
I have been around, but like it was.
What are the 2 that you're missing so far?
The 2 that I'm missing are New York and fuck, I don't remember. Is it? It's
Rhode
not Maryland. Oh no, it's Hawaii. New York and Hawaii.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, those are the ones that I'm missing, and I lived in Mexico and Canada for a while too. So like,
what part of Canada?
It was right above North Dakota. I don't remember what the name of the place was. I was too young.
In fucking Winnipeg? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I had no idea, dude. Like you said, your parents were like military shit, right? My parents were. My dad worked for this company where he was like a systems admin. And they had sites all over the United States and Mexico and Canada, and he had to go fix shit. But they paid him like $350,000 a year back in the 90s. So it was just a shitload of money. But that's how I got around and shit. We stopped doing any of that by the time I was like 7 or 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've been to like fucking everywhere.
What would you say is the state that you liked the most?
Bro, you fucking interviewing me or am I interviewing you, Stamper? What the fuck is that kind of a question?
Answer the question.
Oregon. I liked Oregon a lot. Washington,
so
too.
That's probably where you if you could move.
Dude, if I could move, I'm going to the Northwest. I like the weather there. I like the people.
Yeah, I like the weather there too. Let's say hypothetically, right?
Mm-hmm.
I gave you fucking, let's say $50 million. That's a lot of money, fuck it.
Yeah.
But, so you probably wouldn't stay in Mississippi, but you could go anywhere in the world. Where would you go?
If I could go anywhere in the world?
And you could stay in the States if you want.
I'd probably still stay in the States. I'd probably either go to Canada or just still the Northwest. I might like buy a house or like an apartment in Japan just to weeb out every now and again, but I don't like planes, man.
Yeah, and those flights to Japan are a fucking nightmare, dude. They're so fucking long.
Oh,
yeah,
it's not even the length, man.
Oh, you just don't like flying in general?
Yeah, flying scares the shit out of me, dude.
Yeah.
I got on a flight.
I don't so much mind flying, but I hate fucking airports.
Oh, dude, same. I got on a flight to Oregon like 5 years ago, and it was the first flight I had ever been on since I was a kid. And I was not aware that I was scared of flying. until the plane took off. And I felt like fucking what Jontron said that one time about like how he just keeps ordering alcohol like constantly. He said he just orders
I do the
big
same
bottles
thing.
of wine. I spent $250 or something on the flight, on one of the flights, just on like shots of liquor.
Yeah.
I did not want to be there, dude. The lady told me she had never seen somebody like just fucking drink like that.
Yeah, once you get enough in your system, you really don't care anymore. You almost embrace it.
Yeah, no, there was no moment in that flight where I was chill. Like, I don't know what it was. I spent a lot of time drunk, man. Like, I drank a lot, especially around that time. So I'm not sure how much liquor it would have actually taken to make me fucking not care. I guess I would have had to have just passed out. But I swear that shaved like a year off my life, dude.
I think I kind of got a newfound. They used to because I used to fly a lot more than I do now. I think a lot of people used to as well, but I got a newfound kind of understanding for those annoying people that sit next to you and never shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then somebody recently explained that they do that personally. They talk somebody's ear off to kind of trick themselves into thinking that they're not on a plane.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like they're basically like, if I can hold a conversation with somebody, I'm not trying to annoy them. I'm trying to pretend that like I'm in a fucking coffee shop or something like that, and I'm not on a plane. And I was like, oh, that makes sense now. That's why you're annoying as shit. I just try to keep to myself, man.
I talked to the guy next to me on the way back, and it was he used to be a pilot in the Air Force, and I just fucking talked his ear off about like what if the plane crashes and what if shit goes bad and stuff like that, right? And I know I annoyed the shit out of that guy. That guy hated me, but I was doing that, man. I was just talking and talking and talking and trying to like make myself feel better.
Yeah, it just takes your mind off shit. Because what else? If you're not talking, then what else do you have to do? Look out the window and see how far the drop is?
Yeah, you got any phobias, Snapper? Anything you're fucking scared of?
Not so much anymore. I used to. Let's talk about when we were kids. What were you afraid of when you were a kid?
Well, when I was a sexy little baby.
A sexy little dripping baby boy.
Fuck. Sexy little shirtless baby boy. I was scared of the dark, man.
Yeah, that was part of mine. That's a pretty common one. I was afraid of aliens.
Aliens? I was not scared. Oh, I got it. I got the big one for me. I was scared of zombies. I was terrified of zombies.
Really? Yeah, see, zombies never bothered me. I don't know, but aliens just seemed within the realm of reason. Like, I know, like, you make jokes about it on, like, sleepy cast and shit like that, but seriously, when I was a kid, man, I was terrified of fucking, like, I slept with my light on for years because I was afraid I'd wake up in the middle of the night with little 3-foot tall creatures standing around my bed with the big black eyes gonna drag me away somewhere. I don't fucking know.
You didn't want him to take him up into his fucking ship and start fucking inspecting your little boy body.
Yeah.
I had let me see, it was the dark and zombies, and I was really scared of, like, this wasn't like when I was a little boy. I got attacked by a pit bull when I was like 17. And
yeah.
I got really scared of dogs for a while. I started carrying a gun. I still carry a gun, but I started carrying a gun because I was so scared of fucking dogs. I just got attacked by some random douchebag's dog when I was looking at houses. Like, I was looking at a lake house and, like, trying to fucking find a house to live in. And some douchebag's dog, like, ran up and, like, put me in the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
You ever been attacked by a dog, Stamper?
Yes.
It sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it's not like you talk sense into him.
No, it's the fucking worst. I've got a friend, though, who got attacked by a dog in his own front yard, and that motherfucker, he snapped the fucking dog's neck. Like, grappled the dog until he, like, broke its fucking neck.
Yeah, I remember when I was around 16 or 17, I was, the neighbor's Dalmatian, came over and just fucking, he hated my ass. He just came over and started fucking, and I screamed at his dog to fuck off. And his owner came out and started yelling at me for treating his dog bad.
Jesus.
I was like, are you fucking serious right now? Dude, your dog attacked me.
What an
so
ass,
he was just
dude.
trying to play. Does this look like he's playing? I got blood everywhere.
Jesus Christ. Did
He
you
was
have to go
just
to the
trying
hospital?
to play. No.
No. Okay. Like, I was gonna say, if you get, like, taken to the hospital from, like, dogs and shit, you should fucking sue, man. You really should. Dogs will fuck your life up. What was it about aliens, man? What was it about aliens that fucked your shit up?
It's just like the mystery of it, and that they could be real. You know, you got like a tiny peanut kid brain, and also we lived in Alaska at the time, out in the middle of nowhere. So it just seemed feasible that they would come and get me there.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
That seems more feasible than like being in the middle of like New York downtown, you know, in the Bronx or something.
Where are they gonna drag you to without a million people seeing you?
Yeah, exactly. Like fucking, was it like it was like little green men that scared you, right? Like grays.
Yeah, like grays, dude. Like, yeah, they kind of look like people, but not really. And plus, it didn't help that I'd seen movies like fucking Communion and
Rubber Johnny,
Fire in the Sky, and shit like that.
Did you see Rubber Johnny?
No. That sounds familiar though.
It's like an old like 2003 YouTube video that scared the shit out of me. That was it was like this. It's just this dude with a whole bunch of makeup on and like looking around at like high speed, just like it's like fucking what is it called, night vision. You know, his eyes are glowing and shit, and he's got a big fucking head and he looks like an alien, and he's like laying on the fucking bed and they're asking the questions.
I probably have seen shit like that. It's kind of like within the realm of like creepypastas and shit.
Yeah, that shit's fucking terrifying. That shit made me scared of aliens for a while. I don't know why. Do
you think if you were a lot younger and you grew up later, do you think like something like Slender Man would have ruined your baby childhood?
Isn't that fucking weird? I don't know. Like, I've talked about that with friends who are younger than me who actually were scared of like Jeff the Killer and shit.
Oh yeah, Jeff the Killer and but if you listen to Jeff the Killer, it's like that's just ridiculous.
I don't know, man. I am the easiest fucking person to scare on the planet. I scare super easy.
Do you like horror movies or no?
No, dude. I mean, I love horror movies, but as long as they're like non-threatening horror movies, like I like shit that's like in the, you know, genre of horror, but I don't want to be fucking scared by it.
Mm-hmm.
So like 28 Days Later and shit like that, that's fine, but like fucking Mama and fucking, I don't know, ghost movies, Paranormal Activity, that shit'll fuck me up, dude.
Oh, like Hereditary and shit?
Yeah, that shit'll fucking ruin me, dude. I will not sleep for like days after that.
I can't suspend my disbelief much these days anymore. I just see it as actors.
Do you? How do you do that?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I just see it as actors. I'm done just watching it like, wow, she's a good actor.
Like it's not the person, it's like the idea that always gets to me. It's like the concept, and then like concepts for ghosts, like the concept that ghosts could be real and they could just fuck with you at any given moment, and maybe you've never seen one, but they could just fucking, you can wake up in the middle of the night and there's like a fucking, you know, PT ass ghost lady standing in your hallway.
Yeah. There's some interesting concepts that revolve around like, you know, like shadow people and ghosts and stuff like that. And with the idea being that like when you see things out of the corner of your eye, you're actually seeing. You see like a humanoid figure, you're actually seeing that.
Yeah.
It's not your eyes playing tricks on you, because like we have our plane of existence and there's another plane of existence laid over ours. So people are walking around that can't see us, and sometimes we could see them, sort of thing. It's kind of hard to explain, but I get where they're coming from with that.
I get the idea.
I'm not like fully invested in it, but it's easy to, or interesting to think about.
Yeah, that's an easy concept. It's like the hidden world shit. Like there's, you know, there's ghosts walking around constantly, but they don't fucking know we're here. But like, all right, so like, if fucking ghosts were real, what would you do? Like, you see a ghost, you're fucking like or like a monster or anything fucking supernatural. Like supernatural shit gets proven to you that at least one supernatural thing is real. Are you fucking like how would you react?
I don't. Well, I'd want to know more about it.
Let's do this. You're going to fucking I don't fucking know. You're going to Subway one day, and you're like standing in front of Subway, right? And you're like fucking you're about to walk into Subway, and then just like around the corner you see like a little fucking like little green goblin man, like an actual fucking like Tolkien ass green goblin motherfucker. And then he sees that you see him, and he freaks out, and he runs around the corner. Would you like chase after him?
Well, first of all, this story is completely ridiculous because there's no way I would ever be seen near a Subway. Garbage ass fucking food.
Nah.
But yeah, that's a weird question because like, what would you do? It's like, you know, your first thought would be to tell somebody, but then you know what it's going to be met with, so it's like, am I going fucking nuts? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I think I would go full like devout religious. That would be like a thing. I would like become a paladin. I'd be like, all right, well, I need to learn as much as I can about shit that I did not believe was real until yesterday. And
I certainly need to be at least a little more open to shit that I kept shitting on over the years.
Exactly. I'd be like, I should probably go talk to like a priest and then tell him that I saw what might have been a demon, and I need to learn how to fucking fend for myself against that shit. I need to get a fucking sword, blessed, and some fucking, I don't know.
What if, that'd be an interesting, okay, so same scenario, right? You see this little green goblin thing, right?
Yeah.
And then he sees you, he freaks out and runs away, right? But then in his fucking world or whatever, his little goblin people, like, you let a human see you? Well, you gotta go kill him now.
Oh, fuck.
And now he's got this responsibility and now every time you turn around, you see this little dude, and his whole goal now is to make sure you're dead. Like,
fucking, it'd be even worse if he just has to, like, ruin your life and make other people think that you're crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be a good plot for a movie.
Dude, I had this idea for a book, right, where there was this guy that I met on 4chan of all places.
What is a book?
I don't. Said? Yeah, it's this combination of a whole bunch of pieces of paper with little symbols on it that they're really pretty. You should look at.
Oh, words! Yeah. I know words.
Oh yeah. It's
Gotcha. Oh, a book.
Paragraphs, sentences, stamper. El Libre, El Pincel, fucking Biblioteca stamper.
I didn't know you could speak Spanish.
Yeah. Me llamo Wanny. There we go. Fucking I don't even remember how to ask where the bathroom is. That was like a big one that they had you do.
Is donde está el baño?
Donde está el baño? Sí, el baño. I don't remember shit from living in Mexico, man. I was way too young. I learned
You actually lived there too.
It's true, yeah. I learned a good bit of Spanish while I was there, and I don't remember shit. I don't remember any of it.
Spanish really does come in fucking handy over here in the States, especially in the Southwest, dude. Shit.
Oh yeah.
Comes in really fucking handy.
What were we talking about?
Oh, you had an idea for a book.
Oh yeah. I talked to this dude that I met, right? And he was talking about like, it was on 4chan. He was just like, I want to fucking talk to somebody about like the shit that I'm seeing, right? And I was like, this seems interesting. I'll talk to him. So this dude started like telling me all sorts of shit. I think the Steam name he went by was Claudius. And
don't fucking throw him under the bus and shit, dude.
It's okay.
Respect people's privacy.
Whatever, man. Fuck Claudius. I'm just gonna have large beeps there where I'm saying his name, I guess. I don't know.
What kind of name is Claudius? He only has two fucking...
I don't know, man.
Gold or potential outcomes in life. He's either gonna be a villain in a Die Hard movie or... That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Claudius.
But his thing was like, and I don't know if any of this was true, but first off, he had face blindness, which was like you know, you can't see people's faces. They're just kind of like,
oh yeah,
they meld together and shit. I don't know if that's real or if that's from that fucking book by what's his fucking name who wrote Fight Club. But
I know there is something where you can't remember people's faces.
Yeah. So
like you can't recognize people always.
So that
even
was
if
like
you've
a
met
thing.
them before you know them.
That was like a thing that he claimed to have, right? And then on top of that, he had like regular hallucinations. One of which was like a like the worst one was this fucking horse that would like follow him around, and it was just like this dead horse that was like rotting and dying, and it would follow him around and it wouldn't be anywhere nearby, but he could like feel it and he could see it, like if it was like close enough, right? Like if it was like down the hall, he could just see that it was down the hall.
And this is when he's awake?
Yeah, this is when he's awake. And it's just, you know, obviously it freaks him the fuck out. And he had another one that was like a rotting dog that, like, whenever he was like around a table, if he was like alone in a room with a table, the rotting dog would just be laying in the middle of the table looking at him. Like apparently on prom night, like when he went to prom, the fucking horse showed up and he had to leave, and he was just like, nope, fuck this, I'm leaving. And let me see, what was the last one? The last one was just like a generic like Baphomet type creature that was just like always standing around sometimes. Like he'd just look in the corner of his room and it would just be there, just sitting there like breathing and just watching him. And
yeah,
I want to write a book about that shit, man, where it's just like,
yeah, that could definitely be interesting. Hey, you know what? The thing that's kind of annoying about that sort of situation is how quick people are to write it off, in a sense where it's like, he says all this, right? And for all you know, like, he could be bullshitting, but let's just say he's not, right? You know,
yeah.
Most people's first reaction would be like, well, you need to get on medication. And it's like, I don't really subscribe to that whole you need to get on because it feels like you're slapping a Band-Aid over a problem that's just going to be there when you don't have medication anymore.
Exactly.
Like, wouldn't it be better to kind of like read into this? But you know, on the other side of the fucking fence, you got all these people that'll probably be like, well, what does the horse symbolize? Maybe it doesn't fucking symbolize anything.
Yeah, he said that like the horse was like, it was like a horse that he saw when he was a kid or something, like with his dad. It was just like this, it was just a dead horse, and ever since he saw it, like it's followed him around. And I'm like,
this guy's like stuck in his mind, and just his brain just keeps recalling it. I think everybody's brain constantly recalls shit, whether they want it to or not. And maybe some people just recall things on a different level.
Yeah, somebody does it like so fucking well that like they can just see it walking around and shit.
Just that one particular thing. I'm kind of glad that's not happening to me.
Dude, I am so glad. I would fucking kill myself if I were him. Would you not kill yourself?
You wonder why people. Well, yeah, eventually it would probably wear you down like anything else would.
I don't know, man. Like the fucking like a decaying dog. He told me one time, like we talked for like days, right? And we hung out for days, and I would talk to him about his shit like every day. And he told me one time that like he had never heard my voice. We'd only talked through text. And he told me that like he found the dog on his table in his house. He lived alone, and like the dog had my voice, and that it was saying stuff that I would say. And I was like, that's fucking creepy, dude. Like he's just applying.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he was like applying my personality to his hallucination.
You ever try to like turn around and approach the horse, or is he always running away from it?
No, he said like he said that like every time the horse shows up, it's like the sense of dread comes over him, like he's gonna die, like something's gonna kill him, and he basically had a paranoid schizophrenic attack, and then he would just drink like booze until he passed out. Like he would just like when he knew that the horse was around and that the horse was like gonna be somewhere nearby, or he could sense it, like it moved really fucking slowly, so it would take it like 15 minutes to get to him, even if it was just downstairs in his house. So he would just drink and drink and drink until like he would like legitimately pass out. He'd just like down like a full bottle of booze and then start on another one.
That's why a lot of people, not necessarily like a fucking horse, but that's why a lot of people do that, to forcefully cut off part of their brain.
Yeah,
from over. It's like, kind of like it's making yourself dumb. It's forcing yourself to be dumb.
We talked about
things
that last
don't
time,
bother
didn't we?
you anymore. Yeah, it's just shutting that. It's like that's your light switch to like cut off the breaker board in your head, and you can go overboard and cut off all the switches if you want, but that's not a good look. But most people do it for that reason.
Yeah,
to
totally.
shut their brain up.
Dude, I have been there. I've legitimately just been like, I want to be fucking stupid right now. I would be happy.
And it's not like the dependency so much on the chemical aspect of it. It's like, oh, they just like to be wasted like that. It's more so what you get in return from it, and that's to be fucking dumb.
Yeah. What's the longest bender you've ever been on?
It's one that lasted like 3 years.
You did not go on a bender for 3 years.
Well, define it.
All right. So, an amount of time in which you were never sober for more than 12 hours.
Oh, well, I said like 3 years because, it was like 99% of the time.
I don't know, man. I don't know your history. This is the interview on you. Tell me what was going on in your life that made you do that.
That.
Yeah, you were just drinking so much that you just started drinking more?
Yeah.
How?
No, it's just you get into just a habit of doing it,
Yeah. I was an alcoholic.
It becomes
for a
the
while.
thing you do. It just becomes that thing that you do.
Yeah, you wake up, you
check
drink.
yourself, and you're like, yeah, you don't even realize you're doing it, and then one day you're like, oh man, I feel like shit. And then you just stop and change. It's like anything else. It's like, oh, you just eat too much garbage all the time, and then one day it's just like, man, I feel like shit.
Yeah,
and then you just stop that.
Did you so 3 years you think is like the longest bender you've ever been on?
Yeah.
What's all right? So what if I defined it differently as like, just what was the longest you went without being sober? It's purely from alcohol. Like ever being sober.
I don't. It's a couple months.
A couple of months. I've done like a week before. I think that's like the longest bender I've ever been on. That was back when I just fucking had no responsibilities whatsoever. See, it's different in Mississippi because you gotta fucking do everything yourself here. Like, you gotta drive yourself. You gotta fucking, like, you can't get an Uber. You're not gonna get a taxi.
What makes Mississippi different? That's like most people's situations.
Nah, man, I feel like most cities and most places you can get like a fucking Uber for like at least some money and then fucking like get to work and be drunk at work, and then as long as you can function you can go home as long as you can get somebody to drive you, right?
I guess.
But like that's not a thing here. Like I drive 25 minutes every morning to work, Like it takes me, I drive basically an hour back and forth for work. But if I was taking the fucking bus or something, which isn't even a thing here, then I think I could just be fucking plastered all the time and it wouldn't even be an issue.
I guess so.
I don't know, man. Did you ever get into anything else? Do you ever get into like pills and shit?
No, not really.
Damn, son. I'm jealous.
I fucked around with a couple of things, but other than that, no.
Yeah. I think everybody kind of assumes you have like a strong history with like anything like weird. So I think like if people are like, oh, what has Stamper done? People probably assume that you have like a lot of life experience and that you've probably tried
if you want to call
everything.
it experience.
Yeah. I mean, it was an experience, all right. I'm just saying, I think people think that like you've done a lot of stuff and that you just have. You're the kind of guy who would be like, oh, I'll try anything once,
Yeah, a lot of, well, I'm not unique in that sense. I figure a lot of people would. Oh, well, aside from, I do have that one rules. Heroin, no.
Yeah, that's probably a good rule to have.
That's kind of my one bugaboo.
Did you, I'm trying to think, like, I've been offered heroin before and I said no. So I definitely trying to think if there was anything else I did that with. If there was anything else that somebody offered me and I was just like, nah, no thanks.
Yeah, I've done some stupid things before.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like what, Stamper? Like what?
Once this guy was like, and I thought I was being smart about it. And he goes, he cut this shit up on the back of a CD case, and he was like, "Here you go, man." He passed it to me, and this little light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, "You go first."
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's something a little weird about that. Turns out it was meth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you might...
And I learned that you could smoke meth or you could snort meth.
You can.
And I didn't know you could snort it, but
You said you did something stupid, so I'm assuming you did it.
Yeah, meth is bad.
How long was
bad
that?
News.
Did you get fucking hooked and shit?
No, God, no. No, that was like one of those. I want to see what what the big deal is about this with Breaking Bad and all that shit.
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, I understand why people do it.
It makes you feel powerful.
No, it doesn't. What it does is God, I was gonna sound like a fucking junkie, but hey, I'm just being fucking real here.
Yeah. Tell your truth, Stanford.
But what it does is, it's basically, in my mind, it is the closest you could come to dying without actually being dead.
What do you mean?
In a sense where you're essentially you're a zombie. Okay, so so when I did it, I woke up in my room, and I did it truthfully I did it like once or twice.
Yeah.
Twice-ish, maybe 3 times. I don't remember, but it wasn't enough to, whatever. And this is over the course of X amount of days, whatever. But I just remember I woke up in my bed and I felt like shit, and I tried to get out of bed and my legs didn't work, and like I couldn't walk, and I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? I was so fucking groggy. I was like, man, I must have been asleep for like 18 hours. But from the time I did it to the time I woke up, I lost 4 days.
Jesus Christ, man.
And that entire time, I didn't drink any water or eat any food or any... But the weird thing was, during that 4 days, I was around town doing shit.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you were fucking
But
energetic.
I wasn't conscious the entire time. You don't remember anything. That's why meth heads are fucking scary. Because they're not there. They're like dead.
Yeah. I mean,
they're just doing things from muscle memory.
Yeah,
like,
just
they
turn it off, dude.
They know how doorknobs work, so they open the door. They, in some sad fucking occasions, they know how cars operate.
Yeah.
They know how to do. They don't know why they're doing that. They're just walking around in circles. You're like a fucking zombie. You're not living.
So
you're not feeling necessarily good or bad. You're not feeling anything. You're doing it to, like, for the most part, people that meth heads are doing it to not exist anymore.
So it's like alcohol and like blacking out.
Kind of, but at least fucking booze was fun.
Yeah, true. Did you have a bad time the whole time? Do you remember anything that you did?
Not really.
Damn. I never did meth. I never did meth at all. I was more of a pills guy. I did a lot of fucking pills. I was the guy who was popping like 7 Percocets, at work, just to get through the day. And then I had, did you ever have to have a withdrawal off of anything? Like go through fucking withdrawals?
No, not really. I wouldn't necessarily call it that in a sense but like once you kick something serious out of your system that you're just used to.
Yeah.
I guess I guess you'd call it that, but it's more so like your body just going, dude, we had an arrangement here.
Yeah,
what
we
are you
had
doing?
a deal. What's going on?
Yeah, it's like like what's going on? Like you just kind of short out, not necessarily because you're not having it, but because you're changing, and it's like you're going back to like a different. It's a shock to the system like that.
Dude, I locked my cousin locked me in my room for like a week while I came off of pills. And it was like having the flu, and like you couldn't fucking all I ate was crackers, like almost the entire time, just crackers and water for like a week, and I felt like garbage, and I was just coming off of fucking opiates, man. That shit will ruin your fucking life.
Yeah. Oh, this has been the PSA. Don't do any of these things.
Sponsored by Subway and EA.
we took the bullet for you so you don't have to go, I wonder what that's like. It fucking sucks. That's what it's like. Well, it's not fun.
What's the one thing that you've done that isn't drugs that you're like, I want people to know to not do this?
That's not?
Yeah, that's not like drugs. Like, what's the fucking, like, what's that thing where you're like, you know what, I want other individuals to know this little bit of wisdom, and I wouldn't mind passing this down.
Don't use Twitter.
That's not a bad one.
I don't know why. Do you have one?
A Twitter? Yeah.
No, not a damn Twitter. No, do you have...
Fuck you, Stamper. You knew Stamper. You getting on my nerves, baby.
So...
What?
Don't. It's your turn now.
All right. So mine was like, don't take like small and short relationships too seriously. Like, don't take like a year-long relationship. Like, a year-long relationship is fucking important, right? But like, if you're like in a relationship with somebody for like only a year, you don't fucking know each other. Like, not really. Like, it takes forever to get to know people, and like, people ruin their own fucking lives over like they dating this bitch for 2 years, or they're dating this dude for 2 years, and then they break up, and these people fucking ruin their own lives. They get hooked on drugs, or they fucking start drinking, or they just stop caring about anything. And that would be the big one for me. Would just be, I don't want people to like ruin their fucking lives over small relationships, and you shouldn't take that shit that seriously.
Yeah, and then you go to the extremes too. It's in a lot of cases people resort to that sort of lifestyle afterwards, where you just don't care about anything, and you start dumping shit into your body. In a lot of cases, they get to that point because they cared too much to begin with.
Yeah.
Way too much to begin with, and you're killing yourself every day. Here's a good piece of advice. Stop taking everybody's advice so fucking seriously and taking everything so damn verbatim.
Yeah, for sure.
You know how many times, like, I turn around, I'm like, I can't believe I fucking listened to that guy. Like, for example, it's like somebody that you may or may not, like, respect or something like that, or, like, you pull up a YouTube video of some guy, like, explaining something, and you just took it too seriously, or just something, like, and then it, like, you turn around later, and just, like, you've wasted, like, 2-3 years of your life because you thought this way about something when you didn't even bother asking yourself first.
Oh my god, yeah. That's a good one. I had a kid in high school and middle school whose parents were alcoholics, so he like never drank, and he was an asshole to everybody who drank, even like, a small bit. And now he drinks all the time, like, socially, and it's like totally normalized for him, and he's not an asshole about it anymore. But he was so stuck up his own ass about that, man. He was so hurt.
Yeah.
I can kind of understand it, though. I can kind of, like, understand where he's coming from.
I can see where he's coming from. That's another thing, too, is to understand where people are coming from.
Ooh, like, that's a good one.
Put yourself aside for a second, and you'll understand where they're coming from. You'll find yourself... You'll be a completely different person, man. You won't be as angry or anxious or frustrated, or just be like, what is he thinking right now? Even if he's completely wrong.
Yeah, or crazy.
Just be like, or crazy. Just understand that. Like, don't just, your immediate response, don't be mad. Like, understand that motherfucker's just crazy.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
That's something I've always respected about you, Stamper, and something that I think that you and I have in common that a lot of people don't actually have or don't actually do, is like the perspective is like one of the most important things on the fucking planet. Like, we've all got to live together, so you might as well try to think about how the other guy feels.
Hey, I catch myself fucking up too. I'm human, just like fucking anybody else. But you have acknowledge that you're fucking up and go, okay, next time. Because for the most part, you people, if you're like legitimately like miserable or angry all the time, you're in complete control over your own emotions at all times. So if you're ever in like a situation where you're just a brooding mess of miserable shit, you brought that on yourself.
Yeah, you have.
There's no reason to
feel
yourself that way, and a lot of it could be solved if you just viewed the world, step outside of yourself, and just see things differently. You know what? Do this. Like, tomorrow, everything, not to like extremes or not to like serious like extremes or anything dangerous, but in various situations, do something completely opposite, in a completely opposite way than you normally would do it.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I mean? And you'll see how eventually you'll start to see, like, you know, instead of saying no to this, I'm gonna say yes to this, or instead of avoiding this, I'm just gonna go like straight into it, or vice versa and stuff like. And you'll have a completely different day and see things completely differently.
Yeah, you'll be like an entirely different person.
Yeah, but again, you know, it's like if somebody's like, "Hey, you want to stay alive?" No, I'm gonna kill myself. Not, you know, not to that extreme. And it sounded kind of stupid. I think people understand what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
though.
like Yes Man, the fucking really shitty Jim Carrey movie.
That wasn't all that bad.
Hold on, I'm gonna go drain my big fat cock. Hold on.
You do? Okay. Oh, wait, you're going for a second?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back too.
All right. Stamper, is that you?
I have bad habits still.
What's that, smoking?
No, I have to jack off every 5 minutes.
At least that makes
that
a
would
little
suck.
bit. That would suck. That'd be the worst. Imagine being compelled to jack off every 5 minutes.
What if it's not even compelled? What if you had to do that to survive? You don't even enjoy it.
Oh,
You
that's even worse. What if you, like, does that imply that if you don't get off, you die?
Yeah.
Like, you got, like, dude, I wouldn't, you die so quick. You would, like, fucking burn out on erotica in general so quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be a special treat anymore.
Yeah,
it would be your walking nightmare.
Yeah, it'd be fucking awful. One of the guys in the house wanted me to ask you, fucking, what do you do today for, like, money?
This and that, man.
Just anything?
I don't make a whole lot. Yeah. I could be promoting myself a lot better, but I don't really. I just make things, dude, and anything that comes my way is that. Hey, that's cool.
Yeah. So you don't have like
truthfully. What? I don't have
a main gig that you're doing.
No, not right now. No, I'm just kind of just floating around, just doing this and that, just making things. And truthfully, I'm kind of getting an itch to. People call me fucking crazy, but I'm just getting an itch just to go back to a Joe job, man. Just work.
Really?
Like a 9 to 5, because I used to, you know, like you lose touch with the people you're actually making shit for.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, people blame COVID is a big thing too with a lot of content creators and shit like that. They don't get to see people, and you can see how like I'm kind of used to working alone anyways, but not being around anybody. Like, where do you get your inspiration from? Yourself. And if yourself sucks, then
it's true. I mean,
and you know, like in my case, if I'm trying to make people laugh, it's like being around other people. That's good for like material to use and shit like that. And
yeah,
like
it's perfect
everyday
inspiration.
Problems and shit. Yeah, exactly.
So what was the last thing you did? For like money. I just assumed that right now you're doing web design.
Oh yeah, on occasion, like graphic and web design and music and hit. Yeah, I'm not really putting myself out there as much as I probably should be doing.
Well, we got to make this into a commercial for you, Stamper. It's William Stamper, man, the myth, the legend. He is good at what are you good at, Stamper? What do you do?
I can do things, but I'm not particularly good at any of the things.
Jack of all trades, William Stamper. Here for only $39.99 an hour. He'll jack you off. He'll take your daughter to prom. He'll fuck your wife. He'll piss all over your dog. Anything for $39 an hour.
That is slander. I would not pee on a dog. Or piss on one for that.
Okay, well, damn. I figured, like, I don't know, I figured you were doing, like, graphics design or something. Like, I mean, you don't make that much money off of YouTube to, like, keep, like, just dicking around and just making stuff, right?
No, full disclosure, on a good month on YouTube, even when I was releasing shit, I make like $100
same.
a month.
I make like
YouTube.
20, dude. I make like $20 a month at best.
And a lot of people probably don't know, like, if you don't have a YouTube account, YouTube won't pay you until you hit a threshold of $100.
Yeah.
So if you make like $99.99, you have to wait for another month to see any of that.
Dude, imagine trying to make money on YouTube these days.
Oh, you gotta pull millions, dude. And it's playing the numbers and playing the fucking YouTube game isn't really all that difficult. Like right now, like so I release music in the form of dumbass cooking videos, and I put them up on my fucking, and I don't expect to get that much traffic from any of it at all. And I could easily like double, triple that fucking traffic, easy. All I have to do is give it a more appealing thumbnail and a stupid fucking name, like funniest rap song ever made. You know, if you step outside yourself and look at the shit that you yourself are actually clicking when you're kind of mindlessly going around YouTube, it's like, what are you clicking? Even if you're clicking it, it's like you're just kind of mindlessly doing it, and you go there, it's like, well, that sucked, and you move on.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because you're still like racking up numbers. I'm just putting shit out for the people who kind of already know who I am. They know what they're getting into. I feel like that kind of traffic is more valuable in the long run than getting people just to, like, borderline tricking people to come see shit when they really don't want to see it anyways.
Yeah, what are you, a
You know what I
carnival
mean?
barker? I mean, like, you just fucking want to make something that for people to enjoy and make them happy. Then
Yeah, and the people that do see it, like, they appreciate it more. If they're subscribed, I put something out and they see it, that's like, then they like it, and then fucking job well done. Like,
I
that was the
completely
goal.
agree, dude. I completely agree. Do you make enough off of like Patreon and shit to live?
No.
No.
But that, as far as Patreon goes, that money goes directly into a completely separate account that I use strictly for music.
Really?
So, like, when I say that thank you patrons for helping make this work a reality, or whatever the fuck, a patronizing fucking thing I say,
Yeah,
or that people say, like, I actually mean it. Like, they're giving me money that I am expressly using for making music. Like, you know, take for example, like, I could say I actually have it down to fucking numbers. The only time that I didn't use any of their money for anything that wasn't a project was I bought 2 packs of cigarettes and a 40. That's it. That's the only frivolous spending I did with any fucking Patreon money. But
you only let people give you $1 though.
What? Yeah, I don't care. $1's more than $1 I had yesterday.
That's not what I'm saying, man. I'm saying, like, if you wanted to make money off of it, you could, like, make more tiers and shit. But you don't.
I probably should, because, you know, every now and again somebody will come through and give me like $20 a month, and I feel like, man, is it unfair that I'm not? But I don't know, man. Fuck it. They don't have to be giving me fucking anything.
Absolutely.
But, you know, music in general is just fucking expensive to make. It's getting cheaper as I go and learn things, like learning how to master my own shit and mix my own shit. I mean, I've known how to mix just through trial and error over the years. But for example, like when Fat Refund came out, and that was a while ago. I knew how to make music for the most part, but I didn't know a lot of like the more technical end of, like, the engineering end of it. So
I thought about that today. I figured you didn't make that. I figured you didn't make the beat and stuff.
No, but a buddy of mine did. So he set up he made the bass beat, and then I had to chop it up and add things, like I had to extend it and add a choir and a couple of other instruments and stuff like that to it. All right. But that song, just that one song, probably cost around $2,000 to make.
Yeah.
And I didn't pay Ego or Mick or Mark anything. That was just on the song itself.
You telling me that Aaron Hansen said the N-word for free?
Oh, come on, man. Nobody fucking cares.
Nobody cares. Dude, I fucking hate every time I go to that fucking video. That's like the top fucking comments is like, Aaron says the N-word here. And I'm like, fuck you.
And everybody's saying that they don't care. They're saying that in a sense where it's like, I feel like everyone's saying it like, I'm pointing this out, even though I'm not offended. I'm going to point this out to point it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, they
people
don't
just
actually care.
People just love to give Aaron shit.
People
man.
like to stir the fucking shit pot.
Yeah.
And whatever, man. It's like, it's not a fucking issue. It never fucking was an issue. And then the more you acknowledge, the more it's like
especially
a
for Aaron,
self-feeding
dude.
thing.
People love to like bother him. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about his personality or his previous works or anything, but people love to grief that dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you get that? Do you get like people who just absolutely fucking hate you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, for the most part, I think even with ego, like I feel like people are just like poking fun.
Yeah.
It gets old, but people just kind of poking fun, and they don't really know that it's like, yeah, it's changed the fucking record sort of thing. It's getting fucking old. But yeah, in terms of like just people in general, yeah, there's plenty of people who just hate my ass.
Oh, I'm
They don't
sure.
even know me. They just fucking hate my ass, and that's fine. But, I find myself in the same fucking situation sometimes. But if you just step away from yourself for a second, it's like, why do I hate that guy so much? Like, for example, Bill Burr, the comedian?
Yeah.
For years, I was just like, I fucking hate that guy. And I had no reason. If you hold a gun to my head, it's like, why do you hate Bill Burr? I couldn't give you a reason. I just hated him.
Yeah,
but,
did like a fucking cut of his jib.
And then like one day it's like I had this weird fucking realization, like, why am I hating on this guy when I don't hate him.
Yeah.
And I'm totally fine with Bill Burr now. Like, I think he's a funny guy. I fucking loved it. F is for Family. It's a great show. But for some reason, at some point, the seed was planted in my head that I just fucking hate this guy. And it was completely unfounded.
Yeah, what did he do to you, man?
And you'll catch that no matter who you are, man. It's like a million people. Just the general odds, like there's gonna be a percentage of those people that just fucking hate you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And the second you step off your fucking path of what you were doing to appease these people who hate you anyways, now you're making mistakes because now you're alienating other people and confusing others. It's not even fucking worth thinking about.
Now that we're talking about hate, I have a question kind of like on the other scale of that. Like, how many, like, who was the first person? All right, let me phrase it this way. What was it like for you being in love for the first time?
Oh, the
like teenage fucking love and like just fucking being in love with a girlfriend. Or a boyfriend.
I was a pussy kid, man. Like I would just like I would take that love and I would bury it deep down.
Oh.
And I would never act on it.
Oh, Stamper, that's so sad.
Yeah.
For how long?
Forever.
No, I mean like what age were you until like when you stopped that?
I still do it now, dude.
Really? That's the worst.
And it sounds fucked up to say it, but it was I remember two times in particular. Once was in high school. I was like 17-ish, and I was just so afraid. And the other time was actually not too long ago, probably like 2015.
Yeah.
Ish, and that went on for like 2 or 3 years. She worked at a grocery store in customer service, and I was so afraid to talk to her.
What, were you just in love
And you know what
with
the
her
weird
from
thing
a
was? It's
distance?
like
you didn't even know her.
They
dude.
weren't. What? Yeah, just kind of a distance admiration sort of thing. It got creepy too because I remember like there's a Starbucks. I fucking hate Starbucks. I just wanted some coffee, but there's a Starbucks in the same grocery store, and the guy working there, I was like, does your sister work here? And he was like, yeah, she works up at customer service. And I was like, I thought so. You guys have the same eyes. It was the creepiest shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, I never got the courage up to talk to her though. And it sounds kind of fucked up to say, but it's like, I don't know. In retrospect, I don't know why, because most people would think that these two ladies in particular weren't anything special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I did.
Well,
and that was
in
the
the eye of the
problem.
beholder, Stamper.
Yeah.
Truly. I mean, like, you probably even just liked her smile or liked her personality
Everything,
or something. Yeah, like, and
Yeah, it was
something
just something
was big.
like it gets you right. It puts those little butterflies in your tummy, and yeah, I was a fucking coward.
Have you ever not been a coward about that? Have you ever, like, confessed your love to someone?
No.
Never. You've never confessed your love to someone?
No.
Have you ever been in, like, a long-term relationship with somebody that you loved?
Most of my relationships they went on for about a year-ish on average. And it was more like an obligation sort of thing before we eventually just broke up.
Damn, dude. You've never been in, like, a lovey-dovey long relationship with somebody, and not only that, you've been scared to tell people that you have feelings for them?
No, I can't say that I have.
I want to wingman you, dude. I want to wingman you so hard, because that's like my fucking...
That sounds like
my
a threat.
shit, dude. No, yeah, I want to wingman you so fucking hard, Stamper. No, I
want to see you be happy, you piece of shit.
It's not that, man. I'm the exact opposite, right? I'm the exact opposite. I have no qualms talking to people that I don't know, even if I have strong feelings for them or if I admire them or anything like that. I just tell myself they're people too, and I have to go for it. And I know so many people who can't do that I try my best to tell friends to, if they're interested in a girl or something, to, like, go say something to her. Go say hello, ask her if she wants to get coffee sometime. I always, like, I'm that guy. And I try my best to, like, hook my friends up with people and make romance and relationships happen. I'm a networking guy.
Yeah, I also got to take my own advice too, because I do the same thing. Yeah, it's just easy to get flustered without thinking kind of logically. Like, for example, in those situations, in retrospect, I could look back and say, it's kind of like seeing it from another perspective, like we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
If you were just standing there minding your own business in a grocery store, looking at cantaloupes and shit, and she came up to you and started talking to you, you wouldn't be offended. You wouldn't run off. Your first instinct wouldn't be to hurt somebody's feelings. You'd probably be interested that somebody's interested in talking to you.
Yeah.
So if you look at it from the other side of things, instead of fearing the worst and shit.
Have you never had that happen to you? Somebody come up and, like, give you their number and stuff?
That's happened a couple of times.
Yeah, see? So, I mean, it's exactly that feeling. If anything, you're, like, flattered, and you're happy that somebody came up and asked you for your number or gave you their number. That's happened to me. I'd say that happens to me, like, once a month. And it's even happened, like, while I'm with my wife. I've had people give me their phone number and stuff.
Yeah, it always means more when they don't know who I am. Not that I'm anything fucking special or anything, but when they just don't know who I am at all. Like, if I'm just at a bookstore.
Have people come up to you and been like, "Hey, you're Stamper, can I get your phone number?"
Oh, that happened. That's happened plenty of times, and there's always something, like, weird about it. Like, they don't even know who the fuck I am.
That's creepy,
they see
dude.
a name, they just like, oh yeah, this guy must be something. It's like they kind of, like, throw the value of a person out the window because they have, like, you could be the biggest piece of shit in the world. Doesn't matter, he's got X amount of Instagram followers. That's the kind of world we're living in nowadays, right?
That's why I don't want to show my face, man. I think that's, like, the actual end-all, be-all reason. I want to be known for my content.
Nobody knows what you look like?
Yeah, nobody knows what I look like. Here, you know what? I'll show you what I look like. Hold on.
So you're going to show me what you look like right now via a picture?
Zoom camera. Or not Zoom, Discord camera.
Okay,
hold on. Oh shit, if it'll actually fucking work. It went to OBS. Never mind, there we go. That should work, right? Oh, is it because... No. Oh, it's because my 3teen's open. Hold on. It's just because 3teen's open and it uses the camera. There we go. There.
That is fucking crazy, dude. You look exactly like Chris Hemsworth. That's insane.
Yeah,
How long is your hair?
I get
golden
black,
locks of beautiful Thor hair.
I get black Chris Hemsworth a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With that
you see
rich
it?
chocolate complexion.
Yeah, you see it? It's pretty good. It's mostly down here, but yeah, I get Chris Hemsworth a lot. Mostly.
Yeah. I could see that. How often do you fucking work out? Seriously.
Well, I mean, I go to the gym like at least, I don't know. I go to the gym pretty regularly. I spend about 3 hours at the gym every day after work. I mean, that's why our interview has to be so late. I go from work to the gym, and I lift for a while and do a lot of cardio, and then you know, I drink a lot of protein shakes and stuff. So I mean, I'm pretty fucking ripped. I mean,
it fucking shows. Dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly like, if look at this. Hold on, I'll show you my 6-pack.
That, my friend, is just gorgeous.
Yeah, see, it's fucking. You could cut a diamond on these things, man. I got cum gutters. What is it they call it? Cum gutters. I got cum gutters, dude. If you jizzed on my chest, it would go straight down to my legs.
I actually do, all jokes aside, I need to fucking, not that we were joking, but I do need to fucking work out more, man. It's
Me too, dude. I am overweight. If it is not, I mean, like, I don't look like garbage. I was pressing my stomach out just a second ago, but I really do need to work out.
It's really like, there's a lot of people that in general, they find that keeping a regular workout routine is difficult and so forth and so on. But you'll find that it's not too hard once you legitimately tell yourself, like, yo, or when you just legitimately feel like shit. You're like, I can't do this anymore, man. I just don't feel good.
Yeah.
Or for me, I normally get into shape when I step outside of myself and treat my body as a separate entity, and like I'm just a floating head. Like, how would I see my body if I looked at it as somebody else? I'd probably think the shit was fucking gross.
I hate thinking about that. I have really bad self-image issues. So like I
think like, a lot of people do.
Like, I'm not ugly, right? Like, I know I'm not ugly. I can look at myself and not. Yeah, I can legitimately look at myself and be like, oh, I'm not ugly. But I also have this thing where for most of my life, I was around 115 to 120 pounds, especially in high school. And I didn't gain any weight past that until I was at least 19 before I gained any weight past that. And even then I went up to like 160. And now I'm 235. And
really?
Yeah. So I have a really hard time looking at myself and thinking that I look like myself, or thinking that I look good, or that I'm attractive. My wife tells me I'm attractive. Other people tell me that I'm attractive. I get people that hit on me and give me their phone numbers, but I just can't do it myself, you know? I can't be happy with myself.
Yeah, I can understand. I feel like a lot of people can understand, especially if you've spent a lot of time. Like, for example, when I was younger, I was pretty fat for a while.
Were you?
For years.
I've always thought you were in great shape, dude.
I was really self-conscious of that. And when something goes on for years, you carry that with you regardless.
Yeah.
Even when I was underweight, I still thought I was fat. Because it's just implanted in your head, like, oh, man.
Well, it's a trauma. It's honestly a trauma. I can't. I've been fat. I've been overweight. I guess I am fat. I've been overweight for. Let me see. What is that? I've been overweight for about a decade now, and I can't bring myself to, like. I don't know. I can't bring myself to try to. I lost weight down to 160 around 5 years ago, and then I immediately went back up to 230. And I don't know what my problem is about being, having the resolve to care and treat myself like I'm important. I'll always get to, oh, you're just fucking, you're fat and you're ugly, and you just, who fucking cares if you're fat and ugly? You're married and you don't have to worry about that anymore, and who cares what you look like? It doesn't matter. But it matters to me, and I don't know why I can't allow myself to matter.
Yeah, that's true. That's one of my problems as well.
Dude,
I don't know. That comes from a reckless mindset where I didn't think I was going to be around. So I just didn't care.
Do you think you were going to die really young like I did?
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in jail and just doing a lot of drugs and doing a lot of reckless shit, hanging out with some legitimately deadly people and some deadly crews, man, like some really fucking deadly bad people, and people were dying around us and all sorts of shit. But I spent all that time because I think I just didn't appreciate myself, and now that I've lived through all that, I have to feel the same way. I feel the exact same way that you do. I didn't think I didn't think I'd make it to 28.
Plus, you get the idea in your head. It's kind of like a poisonous idea where it's like you also start thinking that nobody else really cares either, and they're only carrying out of some sort of misplaced obligation to care.
Yeah.
Like nobody really gives a shit.
Yeah.
I don't really give a shit, so who cares?
I don't know. What's with fucking... that's got to be like a big thing in our... I think that's a thing in our generation. And by our generation, I mean like the Newgrounds generation. Like people who were of age to use Newgrounds when Newgrounds was around for the first 5 years of its existence.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about that and like the people who used early 4chan and before Reddit and everything that I don't know. We have this demeanor about us, about like our own lives not mattering and other people's lives not mattering. And I think it comes from all those shock videos we saw. We've just been desensitized to so much at such a young age.
There's that, and like the magic is gone. Like the adventure of life is kind of gone when everything's just put out in front of you, and it's, I don't know. It's tough to say. Especially
if you're thinking, oh well, things will get better when I'm an adult, and then they really don't. Like your life kind of spirals, and then you're like, oh well, things will be better when I'm an adult, and then things aren't better when you're an adult because you've put yourself in such a shit position because you were a shitty teenager, and people have thought that that's who you are. I still meet people to this day that I went to high school with and stuff like that who still think that I'm the exact same person that I was when I was 17. And I'm an entirely different person than I was when I was 17.
Yeah, it was weird. I came back to town it was in Virginia Beach. And after years and years and years of being gone, and I was just in this shopping center, and there's a Pizza Hut in the shopping center. I used to work there when I was like 16, 17-ish, delivering pizzas.
Yeah.
And again, this is years. This is like a full decade plus later. And I walked by the Pizza Hut, and my old buddy walks out, and it was so weird because I used to work there with him when I was a kid.
What, he still worked there?
And no, he joined the Air Force and then came back.
Oh.
And then he just got a job back there again. And it was so weird to see that. And he was the same exact person. He didn't change at all. He was like, hey, man, what are you doing later? You still smoke? And I was like, nah, not really. So you want to go do some reckless shit? It's like, dude, he didn't change at all. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And that's not to say he's it's a fuck him sort of thing. It was just really bizarre to see that because it's like, boy, I changed so goddamn much. It would fucking blow your face through the back of your head, dude.
Yeah. I went to a game store recently, like a video game store, and one of my best friends in high school was working there, and I hadn't seen the dude in 15 years, and he was like, we hit it off, and I was like, hey man, what have you been up to in your life, stuff like that. And he was the same exact human being that he was the last time I saw him. And I went over to his house. I met his wife, met his kids. He invited another friend that I was really close to in high school. That was my best friend, obviously, for probably like a year or something at some point. And he was the same exact dude. The only thing that changed about him was he was Christian now. And they still were like, hey man, we're going to go outside on the back porch. We're going to go smoke a blunt. You want to hit this? I was like, nah, man, I'm fucking good. I got a fucking job. I don't do drugs anymore. I did drugs every day for, I don't know, most of high school. But I don't know. I grew out of that, and I grew up and became an adult, and these people, especially the type of people who are still working at like a game store and never went to college, never tried anything, never did really anything.
You see that a lot in people who, they never leave their hometown. You see that a lot.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. But both of them, neither one of them.
They have no intention of doing so, no desire to see anything else, and then you just stay there and you kind of purposefully stagnate.
Do you think that
makes
them happy?
It's not negative about it. You're just comfortable there, and so there it is.
You think that that's what makes them happy, or maybe they think that that's going to lead to them having like a really happy life if they, they understand their controlled environment and this is, what they need and what they like? Or do you think it's just fear?
I can see that. Yeah. Well, it might have been fear at some point, but yeah, just the overall like control of your environment. The more time that goes on, the more distant any idea of doing anything else becomes.
That scares me
because you're so used to doing one thing.
That would terrify me. I don't know. The idea that at some point I may never do something new again, or I may never create again, or I may never, just something small, like I might never write a song again. That's terrifying to me. That's like what death is, right? Like that's you're effectively dead at that point. Why not just be dead?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe we're getting in. Maybe that's a little bit too depressing for of a discussion. But we've been talking for like 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Let's be funny now.
Let's be funny. Okay. Stamper, what's the biggest poop you ever took?
I don't know.
It was. I bet it was pretty big. The big poopies of yours, Stamper. I don't know. How do we be funny? What's a funny?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you a religious man?
I am not.
Question over.
Okay. My wife is. My wife is very religious.
You say very, like very?
Like,
or very? Or very?
She's just a, she's
or
very
very
devout. She's devout, I would say.
Gotcha.
She's a devout individual. She's not a dumbass. She's just devout to her religion, and she gives herself to her religion and, believes in it. And if anybody else disagrees, who cares? It's what she believes in.
Scientifically speaking, does your wife have big giant titties?
I don't know. I should call her in here and ask her to come in here and show you. Hold on.
No!
Why? Stamper. No.
I don't want to see your wife's titties.
No, I was just gonna. She'd think it was funny. I was just gonna get her to come in here and she'd be like, She'd do something like that. She'd fucking show off for you, Stamper. Show you the goods.
I feel like we had better topics of discussion last time.
Did we? I feel like we probably did, but I think this was definitely a better podcast.
There's probably more energy in this one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I smoked a bowl of CBD before the last one, and I was fucking out of it, dude.
What does that stand for?
CBD.
Yeah.
Cannabidiol something. It's weed without the THC in it.
I see it all over then what's the fucking point?
It's got a very small amount of THC in it. So instead of getting like your fucking ass blasted to the moon by like train wreck or something, it's like a very relaxed version of marijuana.
So it's like green tea versus coffee in terms of caffeine?
Yeah, basically. It's the difference. It's the difference between fucking taking one hit of some weed and sitting in the car with somebody while they're smoking weed. You know? Like,
got you.
It's a massively different experience, but I find it to be a lot more chill. I have a really bad time when I smoke weed.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm allergic to it.
Really?
That's why I don't fuck with it. It's not because I have anything against it. I think I'm actually like allergic. I haven't done any of the oils or anything like that, but I think I'm allergic to, because I got a nasty fucking pollen allergy. I don't think it has anything to do with pollen, but plants kind of fuck me up sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think I'm allergic to the plant aspect of it. Like my shit swells up and my fucking
God, that sounds
just goes
awful, dude.
haywire.
Especially if you're gonna be high while that happens.
Yeah. Because then you don't know what's happening, and plus you feel like shit the whole time.
I don't know what it is. I've heard people say that there's a thing where it's like you're THC sensitive, right? So, but whatever it is that weed does to other people, it does that times 50 to me. I'm pretty sure, because other people don't.
And that too, it really like when other people just like it just relaxes other people.
Yeah.
It sends my heart like a fucking jackhammer, and everything just goes like super fucking overboard.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Even if it didn't like make me kind of physically sick, I still probably wouldn't fuck with it because it really fucks with my physical well-being.
I'm really glad that I finally found somebody who kind of understands me on that. I've talked to so many people and nobody understands what I'm talking about with that. Yeah,
like it makes me want to curl up into a ball on the floor and just like and
just have a bad fucking time. I had a mine's always like this. I'll forget things, and time and space will like mean different things to me. Like, I'll forget where I am. If I'm sitting in a dark room staring at my desktop, then everything that's in the dark behind me doesn't exist. It's a lot like acid, you know? Like, if things don't exist, or if things aren't in my view, they don't exist in my universe while I'm high. And I have this really bad thing of if I smoke weed and then I try to, like, close my eyes and go to sleep, all I see is, like dead bodies like piled from Auschwitz and war, and like it's just hell, man. I only see like fucked up shit when I close my eyes.
Yeah, same here. It's like maybe it has something to do with already having an overactive mind, and making it even more overactive.
It has to be.
Is not a good idea.
Yeah,
because you know every other thing's like think of every other thing that you put in your body that is semi-enjoyable. You look at like the alcohol end of the spectrum. You look at like the pills end. What is that? That slows you down. I don't need something that makes me think more vividly. I already have a problem with that.
Yeah, definitely. I've never wanted to do. I've never enjoyed doing psychedelics. Ever. Because all it does is take that part of my brain that's like that, you know, can do storyboards for a horror game, or do dialogue for a war movie, and it just ramps that up and turns that on, and it's just like
it's like there's already fire burning in my brain, and you want me to splash gasoline on it? Fuck that.
Yeah. Have you ever done like psychedelics that weren't weed?
Yeah, but I don't remember much of that.
Did you know if you had a bad time or not?
No. Yes and no. Like, it's just like something like, oh, that was it? Okay, yeah, I don't think that's not something I'm gonna actively search out again.
See, that's weird. I know people who just were like, actively want to fuck with acid, you know?
Constantly, yeah, I know. It's just like something, like maybe, I'm not like calling anybody like fucking stupid or anything like that, but maybe their brains just operate not necessarily like a dumber level, but like a very like they're normally like, they have a very mundane thought pattern, and anything that changes, when they can naturally change it, but anything that like forcefully changes that, it's just mind-blowing to them.
And maybe it's just more fascinating if their brain goes... if the creative side of their brain, if like the part of their brain that allows them to do inner monologues and paint a picture in their brain is normally not on and not something that they can use really like readily, and then
like something that's
that,
normally, that's not to say that, again, that's not to say anybody's fucking stupid, but something that's just kind of lying dormant normally in their normal day-to-day thought patterns.
And for us, that shit's just on.
There.
That's just
it's just all like just constantly firing like this. I don't need any fucking help with that. If anything, I need something to shut that off and shut it up.
That was that. I mean, that was why I had the big alcohol and pill problem. I just wanted to fucking turn that shit off. I didn't want to. I had a lot of death around that time. A lot of friends died. A lot of family died, and I kept getting these vivid, images in my head of like their dead bodies and like. Maybe like one of them breaks their neck and I have this storyboard image in my head. I'm going to wake up one night and, I can see it for real in my head. Like I'm watching a movie. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to look out in my hallway and there's going to be standing there with a broken neck and, and creepy pasted eyes. And I'm like, I need to fucking turn that shit off. I don't want that. That's not what I want in my head.
See, that kind of stuff could be scary too, because I feel like one day, because your brain is a powerful place, man. I can, as the days go by, I can not necessarily relate, but I could certainly understand why people snap sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just something like just years and years of like their brain is going like in overdrive constantly, and then one day it's just like they just snap.
Yeah.
If they don't necessarily like lash out and do something bizarre, but like, they just like their brain just kind of cracks and starts, creating daily hallucinations of shit and like this. And this and
dude,
this and this and this.
are you like me? Are you so scared of the day that like eventually, like there has to be a day, right, where we're going to be like, if we make it to this and we don't fucking kill ourselves, we're going to make it to like 90 and we're going to be like 92 years old and the dementia is going to start setting in. And all that shit that like you can just think of right now, but you can't necessarily see. Maybe that shit turns on, and now you're just seeing shit. Like you see old people say that they see other people, and they see like their son or something, and their son's been dead for 30 years. Like that scares me.
And what's scary about that is it's kind of like it's like that paradox where you don't know. It's like you're like your brain is the control center of everything you are and everything you know, right?
Yeah.
How do you know that your brain is fucked up if your brain can't tell you that you're fucked up? That's what's scary about it.
God, I hate this conversation. This is terrifying. This is legitimately some of the shit that keeps me up at night.
It's like you can't tell somebody that they're crazy if they're like legitimately crazy, because their brain has to process that information and pass it on to themselves. But it's like the
goblin thing we were talking about earlier. Like if you're seeing that, you're probably not gonna think it's weird.
Yeah.
And that's the most fucked up part at all. You're probably not even gonna like, even if somebody tells you that that's weird, you're not gonna be able to be like, You'll probably be like, no, you just fucking saw a little green ass goblin ran around the fucking subway. What about it?
That and Alzheimer's is really scary too. Seeing people with Alzheimer's. See, for the longest time, I thought Alzheimer's was just like it's like fodder for stand-up comedians. Like, oh, they're forgetting things. But then if you look at I'm 99% sure it's Alzheimer's. You look at the X-rays of an Alzheimer's brain, and it's like mice just were eaten through it. Like your brain is actually vanishing. Like big pieces of your physical brain is going away. God. It's not just you're forgetting things like where you put your key. Your brain is vanishing.
You got Alzheimer's in your family?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
But it's not like a common thing. It's just like motherfuckers get old and there you go.
Everybody in my family, especially on my dad's side, lives for fucking forever. And they also live to get dementia and Alzheimer's by the time they're like 80. And then they live until like 103. And I just don't want that.
There's kind of a morbid piece to it though. Like every now and again I think this, like when something's just like eating you up for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, it's like sometimes like every single day, it's like, it's normally you have to stop yourself and be like, dude, this is so trivial. It shouldn't be fucking giving you an anxiety attack of, you know, something that happened like fucking 15 years ago. It's just some petty shit, but like every day you think about it, something like that. There's some sort of like morbid piece to losing your memory.
Oh, dude,
You
there's some
like, if you
morbid
just
piece
get, like-
to never remembering every time a joke that you told dropped and like wasn't funny and everybody just kind of cringed.
Like, just wipe out like your whole like. It's interesting to think about. Let's say that like I bonk you on the head right now. You forget everything up until this point, but you still have all the you know how to do things. You have all your talent. You still know how to make an omelet. You still know how to do a podcast.
All the faculties.
But you just don't remember anything, you know, that isn't like directly related to what you're capable of doing.
Yeah. You asking would I want that?
No, I'm saying it would be interesting to do. It's just interesting.
It'd be interesting to bonk you on the head.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I just want to take a baseball.
Yeah,
bat.
I'm just saying. I just want to fuck you up. Fuck you up. I don't know. Would you take that, Stamper? Would you take the? There's a movie about that, right? That Total Recall. Is that what that is?
I don't think that's what happened. They went to Mars.
Yeah. I don't fucking remember. There's some Arnold Schwarzenegger movie about that, right? Where it's like, oh no, it's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's fucking Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
Oh, I never saw that. All the
Yeah,
way
that's
through.
what that movie's about. Is like, if you had the choice to delete your memories of something that hurt your feelings, would you do it? But at the risk of everything else has to go with it. Would you take that? Like, would you take just? Is there anything in your life that you would be like, yeah, if you can take away all my memories up to this point, I'll do it because I can forget that.
You know, sometimes I sit around and I think, and I
You think?
legitimately try to. Yeah, sometimes.
Damn.
But I try to pull up good memories, and I never come up with anything.
Really? I try to do the same thing. Every time I try to come up with good memories, there's this one image of looking out the front window of my parents' house on Christmas Eve and seeing it snow, and it's just snowing, and there's like Christmas music playing, and I'm standing next to the Christmas tree, and there's presents under it, and everybody's eating, and my mom's cooking some really tasty smelling food. And that's like the good memory for me. You don't have anything like that?
No. Which is weird. I should, right? But I don't.
Well, I mean,
That's not to say I grew up in hell. I just don't. I don't have any. I can't. It's the only thing I remember are the negatives, and I think that's just a natural thing I do. Like to maybe, like I dwell on just the negatives, in maybe kind of like an unconscious attempt to not repeat them.
Yeah. I think we talked about that last time, that it's just human nature really to dwell on the things that affected you negatively more than the things that affected you positively.
Yeah, and sometimes I wonder if it's because I don't think I'm special in that regard. I think a lot of people do. In some cases, I do think I go overboard.
Yeah.
Like when somebody would be upset about something, and if the same thing happened to me, I'd never let the shit go. I'm still thinking about it like a decade later. And I get jealous of people that they could just forget that shit and write it off as something trivial. Like it is something fucking trivial, but
yeah, my I mean, there's things that are like that even normal people, unlike you, can't get over though. There are things that people like legitimately happened to them a decade ago and they still can't let it go. Like a lot of people who are molestation victims. And rape victims have that like, you know, it happened 20 years ago, but it still feels like it was yesterday, and I still hate it. And
that's
I still
true,
hate myself
and
for it.
I constantly fucking remind myself of that shit too. It's like, what are you bitching about, man? If you put all of our problems on a table, it's like yours are pretty trivial in the grand scheme of things. So shut the fuck up, man.
What, you think about being molested a lot?
No, I think about what other people have seen and been through, and it's like, dude, yeah, just shut up.
Yeah.
You haven't seen nothing yet.
I don't know. I think, like, the biggest thing that would make me shut up and stop worrying about things that happened to me before would probably be going through war. Like, if World War happened and I had to go out on the front lines and be part of that and see people die and see fighting like that on that scale, I think that would...
yeah, and that there's plenty of people that are dealing with that right now.
I know.
What the fuck am I complaining about, man?
I know. Do you ever think about maybe just on purpose doing something really, really terrible that's an awful idea just so that it'll give you the trauma to, like, make you not care about your other traumas as much?
Yes, all the time.
Same. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, I feel awful about this. Well, you could just fucking drive a car off a bridge, and if you survive, then that trauma's gonna fuck your life up, and, you know, maybe you won't give a shit about that other thing as much.
Yeah, then you'll just trump all that and force things into perspective.
I don't know. That's not a healthy way to think, man. We can't do that with our own lives.
Yeah. That's a really negative way to think, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. You and I obviously have very similar ways of thinking, though. If anything else, I've learned during just this conversation that you and I probably have several, like, very similar ways of thinking about problems and then trying to put it into perspective and then trying to not worry about those problems anymore. I don't know. I've always thought about, like, if shit goes so bad that I'm like, I just can't cope, I think I'll just join the military. And then...
Just go for it?
Yeah, I'll just join the military and then, like, go for full infantry and then tell people to put me on the fucking front lines and let me see some, like, real horrific shit. And then let's see how much of a crying baby bitch I am when I get home.
Yeah, well, at least you're going that route, because a lot of people just snap one day and figure they'll just start killing people.
Oh,
and
yeah.
become a serial killer and go up that road.
Oh, man. I've thought about that, too, for sure. I've definitely also
put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah,
but, at the end of the day, it's like, nah, I'm too nice for that.
Yeah, like, honestly, at the end of the day, I've thought a lot about, like, okay, this is something I asked my wife the other day, because she's really into serial killers and shit, and I'm really into serial killers and shit, because it's interesting subject, right?
It is, right, yeah.
So, like, you know how most serial killers have, like, a type of person that they kill, like pretty women, small boys,
all blondes.
Yeah, all blondes or something. I was trying to think if there was, like, if there would be a type of woman or a type of man that I would serial kill. And me and my wife sat there talking, like, thinking about it. And my wife was like, yeah, I could really see myself, like, killing, like, really grody, gross old men, like, in their 40s and 50s who, like, prey on young girls and stuff. She's like,
yeah, you wouldn't really feel guilty about that.
Yeah, she was like, I could really see myself doing that if I ever decided to just go full serial killer.
Go full serial.
Yeah.
Not like half serial killer. We're not going to half-ass it.
It's a Tropic Thunder reference, Stamper. You know what it is.
Oh, right, yeah. But you can't say that. Not in 2021.
No, you cannot. You can't say the funny word.
Not in 2021.
You can't say the funny word. The big funny word. Yeah.
When did contacts go out the window? Jesus Christ.
Around 2019. No, around 2016, honestly. Once it became such an issue that, like...
Did you hear what he said? He's such a monster. Did you hear what he said? I'm the good guy. He's the bad guy. What a monster.
Yeah, once that became a thing...
Doesn't matter. He said it.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you upset? Other people would be upset, though, so I'm being upset for other people.
Exactly. What would you kill, though, if you were a serial killer, Stamper?
Strictly black people. Strictly.
Why is that, Stamper?
Nah, that was a joke.
Because I find them so attractive and I can't have them.
Yeah. I'm trying to wipe out the competition. Dude.
I want to be black so bad. I'm Stamper. Yeah,
I don't think I'd have a. You'd think that your a good idea would be like how that truck driver did. The truck driver did it, where he went for so long without being caught because he was just an international truck, not international, like a national truck driver. So he was his life was driving.
Yeah.
So he was always in a different state, and like he didn't really have a type.
Yeah.
That's why he was so because like there was not. It was just like somebody would die and then somebody else would die, and there's nothing connecting anybody. And
Yeah.
he was driving people fucking nuts.
I never
don't
heard
think I
about
could do
guy.
that because I think it was the same guy that did that. But that's like one of the keys is like if you don't have like a standard that you always follow or a pattern that you always follow, you'll probably never get caught.
Well, it's like a thing
then-
of passion. They have to find out what the passion behind it is. Like most
and if it's
killing is
seemingly
passion.
random.
Yeah, if it's seemingly passionless, then it's like, oh, well, he doesn't even think of it as art. He doesn't think of it as redeeming. He's just doing it because he can. Honestly, that guy is probably one of the scariest serial killers of all time.
Who's that?
The guy with the truck and just killing random people.
Yeah, and I think if you look it up, I might have my dudes mixed up here, but if
You mixing up your
remember right,
dubes again, Stamper?
if I remember right, he had like bones hanging from he had bones hanging in his I'm gonna say the
Cabin?
the cockpit of the cabin of his
Yeah,
truck.
the cabin of the truck.
And he would just tell people they were chicken bones or something like, but they were like bones from people.
That's awesome.
I guess like on paper.
Yeah, like on paper. I mean, not like.
If I remember right, that's how it's a little hazy in my mind. But it was
That's fucking
interesting.
epic. I want to kill the people and put their bones in my cabin.
I mean, that's just cool. Like, I don't know, serial killers are fucking fascinating.
They really are.
I don't know, man. I think that, like, I would kill pretty young women because I would be like, oh, I can't have them, and if I can't have them, then no one can have them. You know, I'd kill out of envy or something.
That's a pretty common thing.
Yeah, it's like the most common, I think. I told my wife that, and she was like, yeah, that's like the most common reason for, like, being a serial killer is like, oh, I can't have what I want, so I'll just stop. It'll just stop existing. I'll make it stop existing.
I think I probably follow some sort of logical mindset. Like, I'd like to consider myself a fairly good judge of character, and I think I'd probably do something really kind of basic. Like, I'd judge somebody and be like, would the world be a better place without this person? And if yes, then I'd just go for it. And they're like, well, who are you to say?
Well, I'm the
nobody.
worst of them all. That's generous.
I'm using myself as are they better than I am or worse than I am? If worse, then fine.
Yeah, that's how a lot of serial killers who do that are, where they try to judge individuals based on themselves as a standard, and then, you know, if they think that people are worse even than them, then they don't deserve to exist because by default they don't deserve to exist. Damn,
It doesn't make
Stamper.
sense.
That's deep, Stamper. Why you got such problems, self-confidence issues, Stamper?
I don't know.
I love your shit, Stamper. I love you. I like you. Don't hate yourself, Stamper. You a good boy.
You know, that is probably my biggest the biggest problem I have is genuine lack of self-confidence,
Yeah, loving yourself and like actually having self-confidence.
or liking anything that I do, or it's just like I just
You don't have anybody to riff off of, though. You don't have anybody to tell you how good your stuff is, or like
but even if I did, I wouldn't believe them. I just think that they were bullshitting me just for the sake of
That's
maintaining
true.
the peace.
That's true, but I mean, like, what if you got somebody who actually loved you and didn't? That's a good one. What if, like, you got somebody who actually loved you and they just loved your stuff because they love you, not because they like your stuff, but they like you as a person. Therefore, anything you make, they love.
I still wouldn't believe them.
You think that's a cop-out?
Yeah. I wouldn't believe that they loved me in the first place.
That's how my wife is. I mean, my wife doesn't give a shit about my YouTube stuff, but she likes my YouTube stuff by default because I made it and she loves me.
You sure about that?
I don't have that problem like you do, Stamper.
Telling you that?
Yeah, I don't have the problem like that you do, Stamper. I for some reason, I don't know how, but after being married for 10 years, I can wholeheartedly say that I am convinced now my wife loves me, that I love her, and that we will be fine, and that we will, there's not really anything that can get in the way of that, besides death.
Oh yeah, that old pesky.
That'll
pesky
fucking
death.
do it. That'll fucking do it. Trust me, that'll do it. One of these days, when I decide to fucking finally do it, blow my brains out, that will be the day when I stop loving my wife and my wife stops loving me. I don't know, man. You need to get another relationship, man, or maybe fucking just have somebody that you think tells you the truth. Like somebody who doesn't have a fucking ball in that game,
I'm sure it'll happen one day.
Yeah, I'm sure. How old are you, Stamper?
That's none of your fucking business.
God damn it, Stamper! You can't say that.
I'm older than Chris Hemsworth, but I'm younger than Chris Evans.
Okay. I don't know who either of those people are. Chris Hemsworth.
Captain America and Thor, dumbass.
I don't fucking know, Stamper. I don't watch fucking garbage. I'm a reviewer. I don't watch terrible things. It's not what I do.
Wait, you're supposed to watch terrible
No,
things if you're
that's not the point. I want to watch good stuff and then never watch anything bad and only give good ratings.
Speaking of good stuff, this is a shitty fucking podcast. Okay, so I set the thingy
You're so mean.
record. I said, no, I'm just kidding. I set the thingy to record for 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm
it's
sorry.
about
I'm
to
sorry.
Shut off.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
No,
man.
I'm just saying. So we got 9 minutes left to make this the best 9 minutes of your entire life.
If
and
you
then
had,
it's over. And
if
then
you
it's
had
all
no-
over.
If you had 9 minutes to live, Stamper, and you had to decide on something to do to, like, you had to decide on something positive to do. Last 9 minutes of your life, what would you do?
Let's pretend that's real, right?
Yeah.
9 minutes.
Like, if I told you at the end of this podcast the world's gonna explode, and you, for some reason, knew I was right.
What would you actually do?
Me?
Yeah.
Like
if
the same
you had,
thing?
You have 9, period, and that's it. Then everything's gone.
I take a shot of liquor. I'd
Same.
probably,
I'll do that first.
yeah, I'd probably smoke a cigarette.
Oh no, man! I could take the whole fucking shot, dude.
Yeah, I guess,
There's more than enough time.
I guess I'll take the bottle. I'll take a bottle. I'll take some cigarettes. I'd probably hold a cat and hold my wife's hand and just share a bottle with her. That seems like it would be pretty good. Maybe just lay in the front yard in the grass.
That's it. Yeah. I'd probably just do that's it. Just stare at the sky. And that's it.
Because, like, that's the ultimate thing that you can do for anxiety, or it's the first, like, thing you can do for anxiety relief is, like, reconnect yourself with your environment and nature. Mm-hmm. So that's probably going to be, like, the one thing you could actually do in that situation to actually calm yourself down at all and get any acceptance out of it.
I bet if everybody was in that situation, God's phone would be blowing up hard with everyone going, I'm sorry that I spent all that time not being religious. If you are real, though, please forgive me.
They'd be tweeting at him, dude. They'd be sending a whole bunch of tweets.
Please God, please God.
I'm
Man,
not
that's
that
a
way.
pathetic lifestyle, man. Like, you have 9 minutes left to live, and your first instinct is to go to Twitter. Be like, hashtag almost dead.
Oh, that sucks. I wouldn't do that, dude. I wouldn't be
Yeah,
praying.
I'm not saying you, but I know
Yeah,
tons of people
I mean,
would.
like, I wouldn't pray. I don't think I would pray. I think that, like, at that point, who cares? Like, in the final moments, if that's what it took for you to finally care if God was real, then that's not faith at all. That's fear. It's just fear.
That's a good point.
I've always been of the opinion that I don't know if God is real or not, but I'll find out when I die, and I'll just try to be a good person until that happened.
And that's fair.
Because I think that, like, if I mean, God obviously has the right to judge me, but I think that if God made me and if God's real and religion's real, then he would have to understand that it's almost impossible to like have faith your entire life, much less have faith at all.
If you were built in his image, then he must have been a fuck up too.
Yeah,
so
well,
he could kiss my ass.
Oh, you say such mean things about God in your music, dude.
Yeah.
I think it makes my wife sad when she hears me listen to your stuff, and you said, what was it? I think it was in the Snickers song. You said like "fuck you, God," and I was like, "Been there, Stamper," but damn. You think you have a vendetta against God?
No, I just write things and whatever comes out, comes out.
Yeah, it's good for expression, honestly. That type of thing, people give they give that kind of stuff more weight than I think it actually has. In that case, it's just you. It's honestly just you coping.
It's just there. It's like just thoughts. I mean, you want to listen to rap music, it's like, I swear to God, like 90% of the rappers out there, just like this little fucking, their little gears turn, and the second they figure out that Glocks kind of rhymes with cops, they think that's all they need.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just trash, man. Fuck that.
What rap artists do you listen to, Stamper?
Oh, a lot of them, man.
Me too, man.
Like people,
I love rap.
People are like, what are you doing in this fucking game, man? It's like, dude, I probably know more rappers than you can count, man.
I'm really big on Dannny Brown.
Who?
I'm really huge on Dannny Brown. He did Triple X. Your music actually reminds me a lot of Dannny Brown's, just in general. You have the same. I think he has
Cadence.
the same idea. He wants to make people laugh, but he also wants to say something serious. And his first album, his second album, Triple X, was about, the Triple X stood for obviously drugs, and then Triple X being 30, which was his age at the time, and then Triple X being death and worrying about dying. And the whole album is just about how, if this album doesn't work, I'm 30 years old and my life is over, and I've gotten myself addicted to drugs, and and if this doesn't work, I give up. My life is done. And a lot of the songs are about him doing, rapping or not rapping, partying, or doing something fun and funny, but the undertone is always like yours is, where it goes back to, but my emotions, though.
Yeah, I just figured, give some... It's just something different. It's kind of like, if you're going to make music, why not make music that you would want to listen to? It's a lot of the media, a lot of multimedia in general, like art, music, cartoons, animations, whatever. People make things for other people.
Yeah.
Like, people are... when you're making something with the idea in your head, like, oh, people are going to love this, that's kind of a bad way of going about it.
It
like,
is.
You should go, I'm making this is a song that I myself would want to listen to.
Or something that helps you feel something and express something outwards that you couldn't otherwise do.
Yeah, or, if you're making, like, a cartoon, it's like a comedy cartoon, you're starting and you're like, yeah, people are going to find this funny. It's like, fuck people, man. Do you find it funny?
Yeah.
Then if other people laugh at it, then that's a natural byproduct of you making something that you personally find funny, that you enjoy, and you're putting it out there for other people to enjoy it as well. That's where a lot of, like, comedy and stuff like that falls flat, because they're trying to direct things at people without really knowing why they're doing it.
Television is that way too.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, people are going to laugh at this. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't matter. People will. It's like, how do you know, man? Just put yourself out there, dude. You have 1 minute left.
I know. I was just gonna tell you. Thanks, Stamper, for coming on the show. You're a great dude to talk to. We've had some deep comments. We've had some fucking... I don't know. I had a good time, and I liked this probably a lot better than you did.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
I had a great time.
Fucking Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm just saying I had a great time, and I think that people really resonate with this. I think we came off as human.
I will say that you could do a lot worse.
Yeah.
In terms of other things to listen to.
Oh,
and
man.
I wouldn't mind coming back for part 2.
Oh, thank you. That's the tagline. You could do a lot worse. That's. I'll review
You could do a
anything.
lot worse.
You could do a lot worse.
Bingo! There you go.
All right. Well, I'm turning my recording off. Goodbye,
All right.
everybody.
Bye.
I love you. Mwah.